Welcome to Semper Hooah podcast.
Is it meant for whiskey or is it meant for
You
beer?
can use it for everything. Yeah.
Apparently not.
I was just going to say that.
You think beer would be more like, wow.
Probably got gunked of all the jizz you put in there.
All right, welcome to Semper Hooah podcast.
All right, we're back after 4 months. All right, awesome.
I was really liking sleeping in.
Sammy, good to see you.
Yeah.
We got Jonesy behind the stick. In the closet, we got Petey. And Ski's here. That's cool.
What's up?
And our guest today, Lieutenant Hunter. Oh, another officer. Awesome. How's it going, man?
It's going good.
We're going to cut that ma'am shit out real quick. Not like we started beforehand. Let's see, quick little background for you before we get some Q&A later on in this show. You're a TikTok star, and is it a handle? What do they call that? Just a page name?
Yeah, your handle.
Okay, that Reserve LT, correct?
Indeed.
Check her out on TikTok.
I call it a CCP identification number.
DOD ID number, what?
All right. Well, we're going to get into our show here. Before we do that, we're going to do a little pluggy-pluggies. Before pluggy-pluggies, actually, we're doing a military movie cash giveaway, $500 Visa gift card for Name That Card.
You get a gift card. Nobody gets a gift
We'll be
card.
dropping out that hint right before our military movie
I'm
review.
still waiting for my gift card for the last trivia that I won.
Do I still owe you for that?
Yeah.
I thought I gave you a Cabela's one. You won one of those, right?
That was the first one.
What was the other one?
I don't know. I think you owe me the Chili's one.
Oh, it was Chili's.
Remember the button smash?
It was like $19 or something for a Chili's gift card.
I don't know the answer. I'm just going to press the button anyway.
All right, let's do a little quick pluggies here. Please like, follow, subscribe, share, and remind yourself we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, all podcast platforms. And you watch us on YouTube or at semperhooah.com. Yeah, you can follow us on Facebook at Semper Hooah Podcast and IG at Semper Hooah. Check out the merch at semperhooah.com/shop.
Dildos are still in development.
Yeah, working on that one. Gotta get some more mugs, too. You can support the show at semperhooah.com with the monthly subscription of your choosing. All you have to do is click that support us button, and 50% of merch profits go to Tango 3 Petey.
We are still doing Tango 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gotta talk to that guy.
Did you eat all the beef jerky?
I haven't talked to him since February.
Holy
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
Yeah,
you.
I know.
All right. With your help, they'll support vetted organizational products that help, or projects that help with veteran mental health issues and veteran suicide prevention through the delicious sale of Dove Creek Akashi Wagyu beef jerky. And as always, all views and opinions are not expressive of the DoD, any of its branches, or any military, government, or agency, organization, sub-org, I don't know, team.
Or maybe they are. Whatever. And don't forget to send a hate mail. Did we do that part yet? Contact at
No.
semperhooah.com.
Not just hate mail, guys. We need all your opinions.
All right. Let's do some quick current events first here. Let's see. That Russian thing's still going on right there with Ukraine, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's still happening?
Yeah.
By
Petey,
a lot.
all you.
Yeah.
That fucking counteroffensive, bro.
That's exactly what I was going to start talking about.
All you, Petey.
Wonderful modern-day military deception. They said, hey, Ukrainians, we're all going to go and start retaking the South, and lo and behold, we start fucking them in the Northeast. Jesus, you okay there?
He's got these vapes.
CBD, that's why.
Whoa.
It's left over from my last trip.
Oh, my God. I'm just gonna find
Someone's
an old one.
got to pee.
All right, go on.
All right, yeah, so huge taking back of territories lost to Russia in the Northeast, in the East, and in the South. In fact, massive pullout by Russian forces even in Crimea. I believe they bagged and tagged a 2-star Russian general as well.
What does that bring the total up to? 15?
Oh, geez, we're up there. Yeah. And it was funny enough at work, they're kind of like, what's up with all these Russian generals getting captured?
They have
Well,
no NCO corps. That's why.
there's no NCO corps, and there's so much chaos on the front lines that all these high-ranking officers, they feel that they have to go on the front lines and start trying to manage the battle space a little bit, and they're getting bagged and tagged along the way too.
Also, supposedly, this is like destabilizing Putin's actual government.
The other thing that's happening, which is crazy, is a whole bunch of the local leaders from within Russia are now signing different letters of protest or like petitions to say he needs to pretty much abdicate his throne.
Huh? Does anyone else smell civil war?
Right?
Well, ooh, spicy.
That's not just it. The Russians are also dealing with the collapse of the CSTO, their version of NATO.
Yes.
And Armenia and Azerbaijan are at war. Tajikistan and is it Kazakhstan or is it
Yes.
Tajikistan?
It's that whole region.
but there's conflicts going hot there, and Kazakhstan is starting to push away from Russia towards
Russian
China.
influence. Absolutely. The Chinese are definitely trying to move in on the territorial influence that Russia has for its own purposes.
Yeah,
obviously.
fuck Taiwan. They're gonna bank on some of those pipelines.
Absolutely.
If they take over some of that
because it's all
territory.
about resource control,
Yeah.
right? Taiwan offers, other than a strategic middle ground, if you will, as an island or whatever, right? It offers no resource or any type of economic gain or benefit.
Well, the tech sector is about the only thing that it offers to China, and aside from like the mark of pride of like bringing it in, because
absolutely
the original Chinese government is still
the
in
One
exile.
China initiative and all that shit. But Russia, man, they're getting spanked all over, and like Jonesy said, Azerbaijan, aka Atropia, those guys
That's
are
the one with the good music video.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, that the military music video is great.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking God. That bass player though.
Yeah.
That was a pony.
You got that one? Yeah, put it up, Jonesy.
I was pulling up the article where Azerbaijan actually struck Russian peacekeepers.
Nobody cares about that. We want to see the video.
Yeah.
And those sweet biplanes.
Right.
Isn't China too? Weren't they just like okaying everything with the Ukraine thing again? Like they just kind of asserted themselves
Passively.
Yeah.
Right. They're passively okaying Russians' incursion because obviously it gives validity to their geopolitical claims to Taiwan and all that.
Well,
shit,
and also
right?
they keep pretty tight ties with Russia.
Right. And from an economic standpoint, they're like, hey, we need your fucking oil, Russia, so we'll be your number one consumer, and we're going to kind of passively okay it without really. But in this last meeting that happened this past week, right, China started already throwing some stones that way. So it's going to fracture.
Do a quick video of the Azerbaijan thing. It's
All right, do you want a full screen?
It's small's fine. Hit it up. Yeah. Is it different? This is another one?
Oh my God! Yeah.
Wow, look at this one's different.
This is with a dude.
Yeah, I was looking for the chick one.
Oh, this is the new one. Yeah.
So they do
Is this
both
like,
of these.
Is this like a quarterly thing they do?
This is Five Finger Death Punch.
The Azerbaijani version.
Okay.
Look at that rolling R right there, man.
Skip a little bit. Go ahead a little bit. That's a shorty too, anyway. Oh, there she is. Yeah. Oh, look at that fucking beret. Wow. Ooh, tacked out. Okay, sweetheart. All right. Nice.
Desert Queen.
Those are cool. Well, that's a.
Does
Kill
wonders.
it. Kill it. Wrap it up.
Yeah, Juggernaut, huh?
I already muted it. All right. Anyway, let's do some more quick. See, it's supposed to be quick. All right. So we're good on Russia, right? We're updated.
Yeah, I think we're good on Russia for now.
Okay.
More to follow.
Yeah. All right. Quick headline here: Sailor killed at Pearl Harbor's laid arrest. Finally, that happened. 20-year-old. What? Go
When
on.
did that happen?
She just got laid arrest. Like
No,
this.
when they die.
During World War. Yeah, Pearl
he was.
Harbor.
In,
What, they didn't just like fall off a pier or something like that? Like,
no.
Oh, okay.
So maybe like listen to the story, piece of shit. 20-year-old sailor laid to rest Tuesday following decades-long effort to identify remains pulled from Pearl Harbor. So see, he's been. I guess he pulled out for a while. They didn't know who the hell he was here. Pulled out.
Pulled out for a while.
More than 80 years after he was killed in the attack that
Said
propelled
no
the
sailor ever.
U.S. into World War II. Members of Herbert Burt Jacobson's family waited all their lives to attend a memorial for a young man they never knew or never met. Been you about. Sorry, I totally didn't read that.
Jesus
right.
Christ. How much have you had drank already?
3 or 4 so far.
right.
Jacobson was among more than 400 sailors and Marines killed on the USS Oklahoma during the December 7th, 1941 Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
So, hey, finally he gets his...
That's right.
his
Salute.
That's salute to you, buddy. All right, who wants this one? This is a pretty good...
I'll take it. All right. Helicopter crash kills 3 in Kabul during training session.
We've got the video.
Like, wait.
Training session.
Training session. Is this a Taliban training
Yes.
session?
Yeah,
All right.
Taliban.
Yes. Terry Taliban.
Tal-
Well, there is
yeah.
no other Afghan
That's
government
what happens
now.
when you don't do your 10 maintenance.
That's true.
Islamabad. At least 3 Afghan crew members were killed Saturday when a U.S. manufactured Black Hawk helicopter they were flying crashed in the Taliban's defense ministry said. The fact they even had that.
Yeah.
The statement said that 5 others were wounded in the accident during a training session overseen by Afghan's defense ministry at the capital of Kabul. Oh, thank you, Biden administration, for this one.
You got the video for that?
Yeah.
Oh, there's video?
Oh, there's a bunch of them. Go full screen this one.
Yeah, I can't see this. I want to see this.
All right, hit it up.
They lost a detent pin.
So
There
there it
it
is. It's just like
goes.
boom, 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 and then all of a sudden, there goes
They were
the
practicing
blades.
Nappity Earth.
Yeah.
I love the I saw this shit on Facebook, and you see people like thoughts and prayers and shit. Like you could tell who didn't read the fucking article. They just saw the headlines. Like,
I'm waiting for someone to put a music to this one.
We should hire out those Azerbaijani guys. In memoriam.
I'm just saying for the website, we should probably just take that and just sync it up.
Love it. All right, next one up. National Guard tapped to help
Go for it,
understaffed,
Ski.
Florida
All right.
prisons.
Florida National Guard troops were approved by the state's legislature to assist, even temporarily,
Temporary. Can you fucking
Jesus
fix
Christ.
Jesus, get on that thing.
at understaffed state prisons. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis also issued a executive order activating guardsmen to assist the Florida Department of Corrections in an effort to reduce overtime and provide relief for correctional officers on a temporary basis.
All right, so they're more National Guard doing that.
Yep.
BS.
Those motherfuckers have a resume.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
mean they've been busy.
Over the last
Order,
3 years, yeah.
corrections,
That union
teachers,
going.
bus
We're
drivers.
talking about our guest. Our guest, I believe, was a nasty girl at some point, so we're going to talk about that.
I was an MP.
Oh,
Oh,
shitbag.
Buddy fucker.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell your job before.
Yeah.
You're a paper bitch now, so, or head of it, OIC of it. That's a little bit better. All right, before we get, we'll save that for a little bit later. More National Guard stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. I got this one. Illinois National Guard to help care for arriving migrants. Fat Ass called up 75 members of the Illinois National Guard to help organize shelter, food and medical care for migrants arriving by bus from Texas. VP Harris had a busload dropped at her front door.
LOL. I thought that was kind of funny.
They should have just dropped it at Fat Ass's front door.
Well, they also dropped them off at like Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah,
that one's
Like,
great.
That's gnarly.
Did you? So I was actually like listening to a podcast on the way here about that, and they were talking about like some dude that lives there. His whole Twitter thread was like, "We're gonna help these people. We're gonna do this," and in like a 24-hour period, it goes from being like super nice to this is a state of emergency. We need help.
Yeah.
And there's not enough space for these people that a bunch of assholes on Twitter, because this is what Twitter is, comes up and starts posting like all the Airbnb listings in
Right.
fucking Martha's Vineyard.
I mean,
Like, yeah, there's room.
here's the two sides of it, right? A, you shouldn't be crossing the border illegally, right? But the second part of it too is just, to be just drop shipped somewhere with no fucking resources, nothing like that. I mean, yeah, there are kids, there are women, it's a sad situation one way or another.
Well, these people are being
the way to solve it is
Yeah.
close down the fucking border, secure it, and have legal, lawful migration.
These people are being used as like political pawns for
Absolutely.
like
No.
people, yeah, I know. Well, for people that are saying, "Oh, we're a sanctuary city," and then the states on the borders are like,
Right.
"Yeah, but
Because
no."
they've been bearing the brunt of the
Yeah.
entire migration crisis for how many years, right?
Yeah, why should like Texas and Arizona and Florida have to pay for all
Believe
that?
in
shit?
her welcome packet. I told her we don't do politics, and we're kind of getting political.
We're not. I mean,
No, this is
It's a high-level
This is
overview.
talking about
Yeah.
like how fucked up it is to be using these people as pawns.
Right.
Right.
Just
I
to,
agree.
just to play out a partisan game here.
Yeah.
right. Using people's lives.
Which is why politics fucking sucks.
Hey, they do. And next up, all right.
National Defense Service Medal won't be awarded after December. There
pizza
you go with the Army Pride ribbon. That's all you get now.
No more gimmies when you get out of boot camp.
Right. Following the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan and the formal end of combat operations in Iraq, the Defense Department is preparing to truly transition the military out of a wartime posture, which is to say, the National Defense Service Medal is going back into retirement on December 31st. The award, affectionately known as the Pizza Stain, which all troops serving since 9/11 have been able to pin on their uniforms after initial training, won't be awarded for the foreseeable future.
Get it while it's hot.
Fiend.
Yeah. So they're gonna tone down the op tempo there for training cycles, or
Not for the National Guard.
Yeah, no, they're
Yeah.
not, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's literally just about the National Defense Service Medal.
Whatever.
Nah.
Oh, well. 20 years. Retired. Thanks for the extra candy on my chest.
What do you mean? Well, it's not retired. It's just been put into mothball to the next fucking war.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah. You could come out of retirement, though.
Yeah.
Look at Brett Favre. He did it.
He did it because he didn't want to go to training camp.
All right. Let's get into the funnies. All right. Who wants the first one up?
Oh, Canada. I'll take Canada.
All right.
Canadian paratrooper under investigation for living his best life during a jump.
Fuck yeah.
You're in a parachute harness floating in the sky over a lake somewhere in Canada. What else is there to do other than crack open a can of beer?
I think it's because he's
There's a
not
few
drinking
things.
Molson is why he's in trouble.
All right. LeBlanc.
Moosehead.
Moosehead, so
Eh?
good. Apparently, the Canadian government takes issue with this.
That's because it's
shockingly.
Trudeau, man.
Yeah.
A beard-rocking, beer-drinking Canadian paratrooper is apparently under investigation for sipping on a can of Miller Lite during the jump.
How do we know that wasn't the NA version?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
A few weeks ago, a video began to circulate on social media of a Canadian Army paratrooper using his couple of minutes of aerial solitude to sip on some light beer and taking the great views of Canada's Ontario province.
It's beautiful there.
It is gorgeous.
So you have to sip a beer
Especially
when you
that
look
view.
at it.
Yeah.
Why Miller Lite though? Anyway, go on.
The video starts with the paratrooper's chute open and him floating above
Petawawa.
Petawawa.
Ontario. The soldier cracks open the can of light beer and laments, whatever.
Laments.
You moron.
Yeah.
Semper, who was hooked on phonics program.
Laments.
It worked for me.
Simply the government.
Pay testimonial.
He pauses.
read good now.
I read so much gooder.
Crayola.
He pauses, giving the viewers
Feel
a
free to
nice
chip in anytime, LT.
look at the ground around him and takes another sip. I mean, if you're gonna get in trouble, have a better beer. If you're getting
There's a
in trouble.
page 2, jackass.
Oh,
Keep
shit.
going.
It said continued.
You didn't fucking say.
Read the.
No,
It does.
Kant.
It literally says.
I heard Kant. all
Repeat
right?
line.
Repeat line.
Pause for dramatic effect. Needless to say, the video was popular. From the beer to the choice of beer to the simple joy in the pure, unadulterated, not giving a fuck nature of the video. We've all been there, right?
Camp Wilson.
Actions have consequences, though. Dan Lee French, a spokesperson.
French
James not Le French.
Le Buff. I can't even pronounce that one.
A spokesperson.
Bouthier. Oh.
Bouthier? Yeah. A spokesperson for Canada's Department of National Defense told the Ottawa Citizen that the soldier was assigned to the Quebec-based Royal 22nd Regiment and added that this beer aficionado had apparently left the Canadian Army on September 1st. Still, as Lepew said,
Lebethier.
a unit investigation has been initiated.
Yep.
The reaction online has been decidedly in this soldier's favor, and after all, drinking a Miller Lite is essentially the same thing as hydrating,
I agree.
basically.
Well, you know, he just wanted to sip on America's beer to know what real freedom tastes like.
Hell yeah.
Well, and if you watch the video, right, it's kind of awesome because, you know, here he is, you know, he does his, you know, check NP and all that stuff. But you can clearly tell he's about to do a waterborne landing, which if you've ever done airborne ops, this shit sucks, right? You're going into the water,
Let's
right?
pull it up.
So it's kind of like, oh,
I already
fuck.
unmuted. Don't worry. Go ahead. All right. A little windy. Oh,
And there's the water.
There's the water.
Oh, that's going to
cracks
suck.
it open. Fuck yeah, mate.
Cheers.
God damn it, that's great.
It's Canadian. They don't have an accent.
Oh,
Shut the
yeah,
fuck
the
up.
mooses and the elks.
Government.
The government.
Government.
Yeah.
Dude, that's badass.
I'm willing to bet he didn't vote for Trudeau's party.
Yeah.
Do they vote up there?
They do.
Oh, okay.
They vote. They vote for the.
Is
They
that how
vote
that
for the.
works?
They vote for the party to form the parliament, and then the members of the party in the parliament vote for the prime minister.
This is going to replace that TikTok video of that guy that was like skating down the road drinking cranberry juice and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's gonna replace that, yeah.
listening to Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
There's been a bunch of airborne things this year. Some stuff is pretty old, too. Like, what's the one from
Yeah, there
back
was those
in the day?
pilots drawing a dick in the sky.
Well, no, I meant like actual airborne.
Yeah, the fish was a while ago.
That was like 7 years ago.
2015.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
guy got in trouble for bringing goldfish on jump.
Right. We had that. We had the guy hit the risers.
weight limits.
The
Do
Do you have any
bleachers.
videos of any of the guys
building.
falling?
Hey, we all saw Deadpool too. If you don't take that shit seriously, some weird.
that wouldn't account right there.
That was pretty good. Yeah, there was a bunch of like this year.
There's a
we've had-
wind. There's a high wind advisory.
There was like the guy that had to pull his reserve out like last second.
Yeah.
Then there was
That was a
guys
scary one.
crashing like on top of roofs, crashing into balconies.
Bunch
Like,
Oh,
of
are you
toe
talking about
jumpers.
the German paratrooper that crashed into someone's roof?
that happened. There was a bunch.
It was his ex-girlfriend's house. Don't lie.
If you got any videos, pull them up when we can. Let's get on to the next one.
All right.
Anyway.
Magnifishers who found 86 rockets at Fort Stewart appear in court.
Fort Stewart.
You're-
A Statesboro, Georgia federal court declared that 3 magnifishers were charged after removing Army ordnance from a waterway Finders keepers, motherfucker. Near Fort Stewart will not face misdemeanor fines. Good for you.
Absolutely.
Shouldn't the military be facing dumping fee?
Right.
It seems like an environmental hazard to me.
Led by YouTuber Bryce Nachtwey,
Where's the EPA on that one?
Yeah, right.
the trio who pulled 86 rockets, a tank tracer round, and a 50 caliber ammo belt from the river.
A tank tracer round?
Yeah.
Whoa,
Zoom.
whoa.
Were cleared
We'll
of
get
9 charges, a spokesperson from the U.S. Attorney's Office told Military Times. The group found the ammunition and 86 rockets in Delta Airlines duffel bag. Oh, beautiful.
Oh my God.
I think that would be more Spirit Airlines or Frontier.
I have so many questions
Yeah,
about
right.
why all this is together.
And said they were just trying to do the right thing by calling in the bomb squad. That ultimately led to 3 citations for each of them, 2 tickets for $130 and 1 for $80. The magnet fishing at Fort Stewart, entering and closing the area and not having appropriate permits. According to Army, the ordinance is estimated to be from the 70s or 80s.
So these guys got off except they pay fee.
Where's the EPA on this?
I got to talk to my dad. It sounds like some shit smuggled from Fort Bliss.
Yeah, 82 Fort Bliss, Texas.
Yes. Bright Star, 84.
Bright Star 84. I forgot that mission. All right, weak but funny. Again, glad they got off though. All right, next one up. Who's got it?
I'll take it.
This is it's a fun one.
The 11th Airborne Unit will give longer weekends if troops avoid DUIs.
Love it.
They know they're never going to have to deliver on this
Yep.
one.
Yeah.
Troops with the 11th Airborne Division are getting a new reward. Companies and batteries can now earn an additional day off work. The catch, they must all pass drug tests and not get busted for driving under the influence for 90 days. Good luck.
Yeah.
And they just reflagged the unit too, so they just
This is peacetime military. There's going to be so many people high. Yeah. It's going to be so boring.
Well, their 11th is way up in Alaska, right?
Yeah, it
Keep going.
is.
They just got
it's
reassigned.
Alaska, too. There's nothing else to do up there.
Keep going.
Besides drinking smoke.
Oh, they're going to be smoking crystal like by the end of the week.
Ice crystal, motherfucker.
Military.com
Smoking
reported
that bear
on a memo the head of the 11th Airborne Division sent to troops Major General Brian Eifler. I think that's how it is.
Whatever.
Sent out the
Oh,
memo
love it.
to his troops detailing several policies. If a battalion can hit a 90-day mark without positive drug or test or DUI, the formation gets a 4-day weekend. A whole brigade, that earns either one 4-day weekend or a pair of 3-day weekends per the memo. But to qualify beyond just hitting the 90-day benchmark, at least 10% of the unit must be regularly drug tested.
All right, not bad.
There's more.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is now it's unclear how much of a problem DUIs are for the division or troops as a whole in Alaska, according to military.com. The issue, however, is bad enough that commanders stopped the sale of alcohol on base after 10 p.m. Yeah, that's going to solve it. Just going to buy everything beforehand. The division is headquartered in Fort Wainwright in Fairbanks, Alaska, which is in a much more remote part of the state than units such as the ones near Anchorage. Beyond absence from families and larger communities, the isolation, the cold of being stationed that far north in Alaska can and has hurt morale for soldiers stationed there and can hurt the mental well-being of troops. No.
Yeah.
Especially when they run those 23-hour nights.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
and
Yeah.
only 1 hour
yeah.
of daylight.
Yeah,
and
seasonal depression.
depression's a motherfucker.
No
up
sunlight.
there, right?
Yeah, welcome to my life, motherfucker.
Basically, the rest of it just goes on
Make
about
better life choices.
whatever. Ugh.
No.
Don't even finish the rest of it. It's for
Nah,
extra.
There's nothing really there.
Speaking of airborne.
Yeah, airborne. What do you got for? You got the videos?
Yep.
What do we got there? All right, so this is the this is the one where the one cuts out.
Oh, the late opening. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh,
Watch this.
shit.
So
Oh.
look at there. He's dropping.
And he's going.
dropping. Yeah,
And
there he goes.
there he pulls it.
and
Holy shit.
Right before, boom. Ouch.
That's still gotta hurt.
I want to know how hard his asshole was puckering when he was
Dude.
dropping. Like,
That boy ain't gonna jump
no more. I love that cadence.
rough. All right, who wants the next one up? Ooh, Petey, this is tough that you got you.
Meme war. You can pay to get memes painted on Ukrainian artillery, bombs, and rockets.
What?
I'm gonna pay to get Caillou put on there.
Oh.
because he's here. Caillou's here. Oh, the cancer.
Which the Caillou thing is funny because when we were at our last mission in Leavenworth, right, every place we went to go eat, I'd go up to the bartenders and hostesses. I'm like, hey, do we get a discount for bringing in a famous person? Like, oh my God, what are you talking about? I got Caillou here in flesh and blood, right? Like, come on, take the hat off. Take the hat off. Show him.
Joke's on him. That got us a free drink.
Yeah.
Just one?
Yeah.
Multiple.
Well, Caillou's underage. So. Are the meme wars real? If you're on the receiving end of some 203 Mike artillery rounds stenciled and referenced to the internet culture, then yes, very much so.
Love that Eastern Bloc hardware.
Fucking A, man.
Good shit.
I just need 2 more millimeters. Oh, story of my life.
Oh.
There's at least one Ukraine. Everybody got it.
Everybody got it.
There's at least one Ukrainian artillery battery that is now covering its equipment, such as the Russian-built 2S7 Pion self-propelled artillery cannon, in memes. This one Pion has Super Bonker 9000 written on the barrel. Kind of a Bodie McBoatface style approach to naming military equipment.
That is the best name for self-propelled artillery piece I've
Absolutely.
ever heard.
Super bunker.
And keeping with the greatest traditions of the internet, where everything seems to be gleefully stupid. The chassis has been covered in pictures of smiling Shiba Inu dogs, which is a symbol of an
Dogecoin.
internet. Yeah, which is a symbol of an internet phenomenon known as the North Atlantic Fellows Organization (NAFO), a playful spin on a NATO acronym. The group can best be described as a loose collection of internet ship posters fighting Russian disinformation and raising money for the Ukrainian war.
So what
effort.
Anonymous wants to be.
Right. But Anonymous is doing some crazy shutdowns of Russian systems.
Oh,
as
I
well, too.
bet.
It's amazing.
This is probably like field day for that.
Absolutely. Somewhere in the remote woods of Montana. Right. So now, if you go to, and yes, this internet domain was somehow not already taken, signmyrocket.com.
Love it.
Oh my God.
I love it.
Something we would have done in college, right? You can have your own messages painted on some munitions headed towards the Russian front lines.
I would have seen how much money people would pay me to get their names tattooed on my dick.
I'm
Not
sorry.
enough real estate.
Yeah.
I know, but I wonder how much money I would get.
OG. I can put it on there for you.
Aw.
How much?
I don't know. $50.
We'll talk.
Sick. You have to pay for the tattoo part too.
Yeah,
Okay, that's worth it
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Yeah,
We'll talk.
You get the $50. And then
That's
I
a
get the
2-minute
50.
job, right?
Yeah.
I'll go through that.
Go on.
One part artillery, one part memes. This particular fundraising campaign was started by a Ukrainian student named Anton Sokolenko. Chip in a few dollars to write something on some munitions, and the money will go towards buying things Ukrainian soldiers need. Soon enough, you have some self-propelled artillery units that is bringing internet memes into terrestrial form. It's similar to something like the Telegram account, artillery_text, where you can donate money along with having a personal message written on an artillery shell. So it appears that the meme wars are as real as the next fire mission.
You know, I got an idea. Why don't we put together a couple of care packages and send it over to the Ukrainians and just like have a bunch of our like stickers and shit in there?
Well, you know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Can you sign us up right now? Can you go on the thing?
Fucking
and
A.
get Semper Hooah?
Sponsored by Semper Hooah.
Let's get one going.
I want
could
one
do
of
that.
those 203 millimeter.
Did you want to see the Super Bunker 9000 shoot though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not?
But do I want to see it? Of course I want to
Yeah,
see
I want
that.
to see a big gun shoot.
Naffle.
Super bunker.
Jesus.
Look at that thing. Ooh, yeah. One more time. Do it again.
I love it.
I want to go back in time and see the Paris gun shoot.
Yeah, go. Oh yeah, go. Yeah, get on that signmyrocket.com. Let's sign ourselves up for that. Let's support the Ukrainas. I fucking hate Russians.
I want an artillery piece named after us.
All right. Is it that time of the week?
Let's get it. It's time of the week. Best military satire of the week.
Oh my God,
All right.
Pete's been waiting for this for 4
4
months.
months.
He posted a good one earlier today. I was going to use that one, but we went with this one.
Which one? The kid that
The kid wanted to go to Ranger School.
Yeah.
He's like the
recycled. They want.
He's like a make-a-wish kid.
Yeah.
It turns out he just wants to be a park ranger. He's like, I don't get why I didn't recycle. He goes to all this training just to be a park ranger.
Is that Duffel Block?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was fucking great. It was very long and winded.
These guys are so good.
So this week's satire: Biden considers forgiving troops unpaid Ford Raptor loans.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh
I
shit!
can't get my student loan forgiven.
I just got 30K of it with re-upping. President Joe Biden is considering forgiving troops unpaid Ford Raptor loans, according to people familiar with the matter, as he seeks to appeal to young military voters ahead of the November midterm elections. With the current situation on Ford Raptor loan payments skyrocketing to a cumulative $1.2 trillion and some interest rates reaching 19.3%, which is 10% below lower enlisted rate.
That's right outside Pendleton alone.
Right.
Yeah.
New military members are under extreme financial burden. Biden told reporters last week that he hoped to decide on a specific amount by the end of September and a free Punisher decal to throw in for good measure. Yes. And a "Don't Tread on Me" flag, right?
Oh my God.
Sources said that aggressive driving fines and speeding ticket forgiveness may follow the debt forgiveness, but the president hasn't reached a final resolution on either move. Biden has been listening to appeals from DOD representatives to forgive large amounts of Ford Raptor debt and mail-order bride payments, and the extended deliberations have been voiced by angry young troops on the TikToks.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah, it looks like you're still fucked though if you have a Charger.
Right.
yeah, you're not getting that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
But there was a
Raptors
whole
are
thing that
pricey.
came out with like all the fucking mold at Fort Stewart, right?
Oh yeah.
And
Fort
now they're-
Stewart?
Fort Stewart.
Stewart.
But they're like complaining, right? Because it's like, hey, we're doing all this shit, right? You're not taking care of all the mold issues in the barracks. And recently, some DOD memo came out that said, well, if you're struggling to buy food and all this other stuff, just go on food stamps.
I would have done that back when
Right.
I was in. If I had known I could get away with that, I would have done it.
Could you though?
And
They
then
fail.
Yeah. Think about it, man. Like if you're
I guess you are the working poor.
yeah, and
Right.
if you're
Point.
and if you're a
Good.
private,
Good
like they don't
Not
look,
the officers though. Yeah.
they don't look at you the benefits that you get. So they don't look at the fact that you get like free barracks
Correct.
and free
It's just
places.
base pay.
It's based on your pay.
Yeah, and it is shit.
I should have done that when I was stationed in California. I would have been eating like a fucking king.
Yeah, that's not
and
bad,
had money
yeah.
in my pocket
That's
to go out
actually a
drinking.
really good idea.
Yeah.
Like, you might as well milk the.
Yeah, milk the fuck out
You're
of that
getting
shit.
your other part of the paycheck you should be
When,
getting
when
anyway.
you leave voluntarily, what is the first thing they tell you to do? Go on unemployment. They tell you to milk the system. Milk the fucking system.
Because they paid you shit for
Yeah.
20 fucking years, or whatever you're in. All right. Well, yeah, that's.
It's also the only job you can voluntarily leave and still collect unemployment.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that time of the week, it's our POG Pro. All right, who wants our POG Pro?
Real men of pogness.
Anybody? POG Pro.
Is that the new one?
How about you? Read
Yeah,
something, you
yeah.
shitbag.
Damn it! I gotta do work.
The words are all
All right.
jumbled right now, no?
Yeah, it's Air Force
First of all-
Master Sergeant Matthew Snow.
Look at that chiseled jawline.
I know
That's
he's
right.
handsome. He's a handsome man.
He's going to give John Hamm a run for his money
All
right
right.
there.
Snow was awarded a Bronze Star Medal on September 9th for his efforts defending Camp Simba. It's a Disney thing. A U.S. facility within a larger U.S. and Kenya base called Cooperative Security Location Manda Bay, Kenya. Cooperative.
They
Security,
named
yeah.
it Camp Simba
That's a really
in Kenya.
long-
That's racist.
Cooperative Security Location Manda Bay. That's a
Swahili
long
for
name.
lion.
In January
Well, it's like
2020.
Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center.
Yeah. According to Snow's award citation, 30 members of Al-Shabaab. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Is it Shabaab?
Yes.
Yeah. An Eastern African-based insurgent group attacked the base and its airfield when rocket-propelled grenades, mortars, and small arms. Yes. The attack
Sure.
began when Al-Shabaab fighters hurled indirect fire at Camp Simba. I still can't get over that. While simultaneously
Small arms,
launching.
They threw a bunch of T-Rexes in.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think when people go on base, they just go, "Ah, Samaya, Baba-biggie, ba-ba-ba."
Ooh,
Every new
Kenya.
private that's in the base, they just fucking hold them
Probably a requirement to get on.
Doing that
What's
doing
the
that
password?
They're doing that with their cases of Bud Ice.
They did a little fucking Simba jizz smear on the foreheads. It is time.
So why they hurled some indirect fire at Camp Simba while simultaneously launching a ground attack on the airfield about a mile south of Camp Simba, the Department of Defense wrote an investigation of the attack. So when the bullets started flying in Kenya, Snow immediately sounded the giant voice at an outdoor public address.
The voice of God.
Yes, the alarm system, and then told his security force colleagues to man Camp Simba's 5 defense towers. Snow then mustered, organized, and led a quick response force to respond to all Al-Shabaab's attackers at the airfield, according to the Bronze Star citation.
Way to release how many defensive towers are there.
You know what was funny is if
Hey,
he was
man,
a colonel,
they
he
put
would have gotten the Silver Star for this.
Right. Would have V for Valor.
Snow and his team began scouting the airfield until they were attacked with more small arms fire and
T-Rexes.
forced to pull back. The Air Force was not alone in the base defense. A small team of U.S. Marine Corps also moved south from Camp Simba and made initial contact. Of course, they made initial contact.
Of course, QRF was at Camp
Dude,
Dude, they
Simba.
probably ran out there.
situation.
They probably ran out there in boots and ranger panties
Yeah.
alone and just like went after him.
Together, the Marines and airmen and Kenyan troops, so they got them working with conducted a deliberate and sustained counterattack to repel the attackers, in which one Marine and one Kenyan military member was wounded. Ouch. Nobody died, though, right? I think we're good.
Well, they probably massacred El Shabaab.
Yeah.
Right.
However,
We got to
Snow's-
kill the motherfuckers.
Kill them, motherfucker. We've got to. Never mind. We'll talk about it later. However, Snow's work was not over. He went to expose himself. Jesus, really? To grave danger. Oh, to grave danger.
Do you think it's the right time?
To show how big.
Take
of
a look at
dick
this,
he's
mother.
got
Wasn't it
in
another
his
Air
face.
Force guy who was doing that?
Yeah, that was the hot tubs. To grave exposing himself to grave danger by
Why didn't
leading
he get
multiple
awarded that
convoys between the airfield and Camp Simba, according to the citation. Those convoys were crucial in moving in fresh troops and moving out debris and aircraft wreckage.
I'd prefer the term detritus.
I like debris.
Debris.
I don't like using
Messes
that
with
French.
your hubris.
Don't like using that French word debris. You know, it's debris. And aircraft.
Pause
Pause here.
We should have had you read the whole fucking show.
Jesus.
And aircraft wreckage, so the aircraft could land with reinforcements and evacuate casualties. Woo! Through his efforts, the airfield was able to return to mission-capable status within 2 hours of the attack, the citation read.
And then he gets 2 weeks of R&R at Cap Rafiki.
Yeah. Anyway, good for you. Hats off to our POG Pro, man.
Rafiki,
AF
nice.
badass.
So basically, a snow defended the wall is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Nice reference.
House of
All right.
Dragons.
House
I've
of
been
Dragons.
watching it, man. It's been great.
Interesting. Nice. Well done. Well done.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. All right. Hey, get out of there. Get out of there. All right. All right. Is it that time of the week for that? Oh, yeah, it is. It is.
is the scumbag moment. Oh, Scotty.
We don't have a picture up, but who wants to?
I'll take
It's a
it,
double
man.
up doubler.
Is that their actual name, redacted?
Not yet,
Yeah.
dumbass.
All right.
They're
Army
cool.
specialists and PFCs, redacted names. Fort Carson soldier booted after stealing camper from first sergeant.
Fuck yeah.
They redacted the name.
It's great.
I'd want everyone to know I did this.
Right? There's nothing like feeling the wind in your high and tight during a joyride in a $70,000 plus camper to make you feel alive.
How's a first sergeant affording that? I'm just curious.
They're selling fucking equipment and shit.
Yeah.
eBay Motors. Unless, of course, it ends with your expulsion from the U.S. Army.
Oh.
That's what happened to one Army specialist stationed near Fort Carson, Colorado, who was found guilty of partnering with the PFC to steal Keystone 358 camper.
Those Keystones are nice.
Right.
I'll tell
It's
you
not
what.
like they took a striker on a joyride here.
No, this is personal property.
I have no idea if that's a good camper or not.
The military judge that tried the case under Article 121 of the
7,000.
UCMJ found that the pair lifted the mobile home from the unit's first sausage, according to redacted documents obtained by the Army Times.
Why are they redacting these documents? Was there a meth lab
You'll
in there?
see why. You'll see why at the end, actually. It's
The
actually-
case's preceding notes that the specialist did at or near Fort Carson, Colorado on or about 25 March 2021 conspire with and or a private first class, redacted, to commit an offense under the Uniform Code of Justice, to wit, larceny of a Keystone 358 camper. The specialist pleaded not guilty to the charge. He claimed he was never there. And while the motivations and circumstances for the theft are not listed in the documents, after the trial, the presiding military judge recommended separation without the addition of civilian felony charges.
Aw, that's nice.
Quote, I recommend that the convening authority suspend the sentence of a bad conduct discharge and consider administrative separation of the accused in lieu of allowing felony conviction to stand, end quote, concluded Colonel Jacqueline Emanuel. Based on the evidence presented during the trial, I conclude that specialist, redacted, is a young soldier who was otherwise a good duty performer and made an incredibly poor choice without fully appreciating the negative repercussions that could follow for the rest of his and or her life.
There you go. Redacted names. That's why they didn't do it. Good for them. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of light.
I
I mean, it's funny. You
it's
get the,
funny
you
as
get the
shit,
first
though.
I'm
sausage.
saying POG Pro.
Yeah. All right. You know what? POG Pro. They're there.
Yeah.
They're next POG Pro.
Promote above
Yep,
peers.
second POG Pro. Oh, but you got fired. That's, oh.
They should have gotten meritorious promotions.
Wait 6 months and re-enlist.
The camper isn't actually that bad looking.
Oh, yeah, I look
Actually,
No,
Pull
yeah,
that up.
yeah.
Pull that up. Let me
Really
see a
nice.
Keystone. What was it? Again?
Oh.
Yeah.
That was a Keystone
I mean,
358.
I'm not a huge fan of the decor because it makes
Wow.
it seem like it's stuck in the 2000s, but
Hey,
Do
casting
like
couch.
I do like the floor.
Look at
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's
first
what he brings to
sausages
the field.
casting.
Yeah, that's me and
That's
Pete
what they were
trying to
stealing
figure
it
this
for, all
out.
right?
What'd they do? They hook up their Dodge Ram to that shit?
Well, like,
Right.
there's 2 beds in this thing. That's not bad.
That's what I'm saying. Me and Pete want to get one of these for the field.
Look, they probably
you
just
know.
wanted to go out to the field with it. That's probably
Yeah.
what
That's
it
what
was.
I was thinking. That's what
Yeah.
I would be doing.
But I
Fuck
wouldn't
it.
do it.
Well, we did some glamping last time we went out.
Yeah, I wouldn't do a
Yeah.
towed one. I'd just get the self-propelled fucking.
I mean,
all
that
in
makes
one.
way more sense, but, hey.
Yeah, I mean that's great. That's
I mean, they clearly can't afford $70,000.
is that so 70. It's brand new now. So it's a good
Yeah,
model.
70,000 new.
It's a good model though, right? I don't know.
Does it have a wet
Where
box?
see Lancey,
How many reviews
Lancey
does
should
it
be
have?
for that?
Yeah.
Lancey's got a camper.
What's it say on Amazon?
I don't think they sell those on Amazon. That
You
seems
can
a
get
little-
anything on Amazon.
Almost.
Oh,
Almost.
actually, this model is $100,000.
Oh, so
so
it's a nice-
that may have been 70,000 with depreciation.
Oh,
Eh.
may have been. Yeah, or
Or
was it
without the
first
fifth
sergeant?
wheel.
Or maybe he got like just put his like
Aren't
unit
they all
patches on.
fifth wheel?
No, they are.
Yeah, I thought they're all fifth wheel. You have
Sure.
to- yeah, because you can't just put that thing in the back of your car or truck like that. Like anyway,
ball
it
hitch.
doesn't matter. Yeah. Anyway, all right, we're getting way too deep for a Keystone Camp here. Feel like we're selling shit. Okay, all right.
We need Lancey here for his.
Time for our military movie review.
No.
And before we get into it, we got
we
to
go.
talk about we're doing our military movie cash giveaway. All right,
It's not cash. It's a gift card.
same fucking thing.
No.
it's a 50,
There's a legal difference.
Okay. Tell us what military movie this line's from, and you have a chance to win a $500 Visa gift card. Okay, that's how we're legally my lawyer. All right,
Best
so
barracks lawyer in the business.
he is. He's pretty awesome. All right, you name this movie. You send it to contact Semper Hooah. I'll give out the line here, and we're gonna give out the winner on episode 43. The line is.
You gotta tell them. Random clickety click.
I was gonna get there. Winner
gotta
we
lay
chosen
it
by
out
random.
there.
I was gonna give the line first, and then give that part, but that's fine.
No,
yes, you'll be
You gotta
randomly
drum up to the line.
Anyway, the line for the movie is all I ever wanted was an honest week's pay for an honest day's work. Fucking don't say the goddamn movie if you know it. Actually, I know
it's so.
It's right on the tip of my
I
tongue.
know it's a good movie.
What
So-
is?
What is? All right, here we go. Let's go back. Military movie review time. Here it is.
I don't know if
All
this
right.
movie should really count.
As a movie.
Yeah.
All
military.
right.
Sounds like real life drama.
2022 sci-fi thriller, Purple Hearts, or as I like to call it, You Had Me at Tricare. Sci-fi being because none of this shit happens in real life, so it's fantasy
no.
sci-fi,
You sure
right?
about that?
It's like this. Get the fuck out of here.
First of all, the only thing real that happens in real life from this movie are contract marriages. That's it.
That's what I was talking about.
Well, also,
No,
remember-
Hunter was gonna pull something out of her past experience bag.
Well, I mean,
LT picked this movie. Blame her for it.
I wanted to torture you guys.
You did
so-
very well.
I want 2 hours of my life back.
Plus, I kept seeing it all over TikTok, and I was like,
I was
I have
hoping-
to watch it. I tried to avoid it, and I was like,
Yet
you know
another
what?
reason why I avoid social media.
Like I said, it's
I was hoping to get laid after it.
it's better than Hallmark shit, but
Your
not
wife's
as good as
gonna divorce
Lifetime.
you for
Hey,
this
I
movie,
like
right,
Hallmark
Pete?
stuff.
I like Lifetime better because it's more like murder
Murder
porn.
porn.
Yeah,
no,
the
thank
bitches
you.
are crazy in
I
that.
gotta
I
watch
like
Sharon,
that.
Sharon, how do I
Crazy.
tame a horse in Minecraft?
All right.
No one
this
got that?
summer, Purple Hearts came to your homes through Netflix. In spite of their many differences, Cassie, a struggling singer-songwriter, and Luke, a troubled Marine, agree to marry solely for military benefits. But when tragedy strikes, the line between real and pretend begins to blur. Starring
I literally canceled my Netflix subscription after this one. My mom is so upset.
What?
Sophia Carson as the snowflake lefty, Cassie, meeting her love of her life, Nicholas Galzaitini, whatever his name is, Luke, the ultra right-wing Marine. What a fun left meets right combo there. That was great,
yeah,
you know?
it never works.
Never. Well, it worked out here pretty well, right? Maybe
No,
it didn't.
No,
I don't know.
it doesn't.
It looked
It
pretty
ended
rough.
in divorce in 5 years.
Chosen Jacobs, Frankie. Thank you, Netflix, for keeping the whole old school "let's kill the black guy off first" thing. They did a good job with that. All right. Yeah. John.
What? They telegraphed it literally in the opening scene of the movie.
John Harlan Kim as Toby. Toby. I don't even remember his character that much.
Oh, he was one of the douchebags.
Oh yeah, whatever. Kat Cunning as Nora, and the only guy's face I recognize but never realized what movie he's from is
Or his
Lyndon
name.
Ashby
Mortal
as
Kombat,
Jacob.
Mortal Kombat.
Yes, he played Luke Cage.
Yeah.
No, Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage. Sorry, wrong.
Luke Cage is
Luke
black.
Cage.
Yeah. Johnny Cage. Yeah, it's true.
From the Bronx.
See, I don't see color.
We don't see color.
We don't see
right.
color around here. We don't see color around here.
Ugh.
Yes, he played.
So these
Johnny
lights
Cage.
aren't green that you insisted on?
I thought they were red. Colorblind. So yeah, that's where he's from, though. He looks so familiar.
I knew it.
So it's been 30 years since he's been in a movie. Is that?
No, he's done
what I'm
like little shit. Like he was in some TV shows.
You
and
mean this
whatnot.
movie?
And this movie.
All right, Sami, let's get in your notes and then we'll dissect it.
Yeah, so I've realized whenever we watch good movies, I have very few notes about it because they're good movies and they kind of like touch on all the
Speak for
bases.
themselves.
Yeah, they really do. This one does not. All right, dear God, I hate the intro. I know this is going to be a shit movie in the first 5 minutes, and you will too. Y'all should be thanking us that we watched this for you, so you don't have to.
Right.
All
It
right.
wasn't that bad.
Yes, it
I've
was.
seen worse.
I have not. I have not, and I've seen Outside the Wire.
That was horrible. I couldn't
yeah.
get. Actually, I
Also on
watched this
Netflix.
whole movie. I didn't watch all of Outside the Wire. I couldn't get past 10 minutes of that.
Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah. Go on, though.
This was harder.
Go on.
Literally made my cock
It
flaccid.
wasn't that bad.
You do not disparage Neil Diamond. All right.
Oh, yeah, they did.
What
That
a way
was
to
the
try to
worst
copy off
cover
of fucking
song.
Top Gun.
Yeah.
Right.
How dare they? How dare they?
How dare they?
Neil fucking Diamond.
He's
He's an American treasure.
Man's a legend. Go on.
I want to party with you.
I want to party with you.
Kenny
Mr. Diamond.
fucking Loggins.
Mr. Diamond's been a pleasure.
I'm just kind of curious. Was this movie as hard to write as it was to watch?
I watched a video and it said it took 5 years to film.
No fucking
Yeah.
wonder.
Yeah.
Well, I was wondering why they're going to Iraq and fighting and shit in 2022.
Well,
Yeah. Well, all the treatments for clinical depression while writing this shit.
well, and it was probably the cast was like looking at the script and they kept dropping out.
Yeah, well.
Like, nah, man. I'd rather be an extra in the Avengers.
Yeah, right. That's where it's at.
They're gonna pay me $50 a day. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the actual view of the military that Hollywood has?
I hope not.
Oh my God, it was so disparaging.
It really was.
It really is.
I
It
didn't-
gave so many women on TikTok like wanting to get in military relationships, and we're like, no, don't do it. Stay away.
It is so not like that. Yes, we can be douchebags. Yes, things happen. You get in arguments and you have to move to the barracks for a few weeks, whatever. But it's not all like that.
Right.
Your
Dated
husband,
a Marine.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, but
Oh, wait.
but
You
they
dated a Marine?
Pause.
Pause.
Pose.
Right.
Pose.
So I have to ask because remember we had Glock on a number of times, and she was most annoyed that when her Marine, boo at the time, at the completion of his orgasm, would yell either "oorah" or "yut yut 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 yut." So,
that did not happen.
All right.
Thank God.
again,
all right, not a very motivated Marine.
He's sitting under his breath.
He's a reservist.
there's a very small percentage of us that do that.
Yut.
Sam does it by himself.
I don't have much yut.
Oh,
in
I
me.
do. Just jerk off to this picture of St. Mattis every morning.
That's a good picture. Can
It
we
is.
zoom in on that?
I have it on my ceiling in my
Get a
bedroom.
nice close up there. You like that one of Mattis? No, I thought that was pretty nice. I'm gonna change it up every week. We'll do some new different Marine background for you over there.
Awesome. I
Because
want-
you always complain about like, oh, yeah, I don't have any cool stuff on my side. I get you a tank. You got Mattis
It's
over
all the way
there.
back here. No one sees it.
Yeah, people see it.
All right.
I don't know if they're watching.
All right.
I don't know.
All right.
Go
So,
Where were we? This movie sucks. Go on.
contract marriage breakdown. That's as fake as the actual contract marriage is.
Yeah, it's like
My
it does
God.
never go like that.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be honest with you. This movie would have been a lot better if they actually would have done an accurate contract marriage.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I
Stripper.
mean?
Like with the straight. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was just gonna
yeah.
say.
Stripper with 3 kids needs insurance. You know, like
Yeah.
pay for her kids' insulin, not hers.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like that would have made a lot more sense. You know, and then while you're in Iraq, she divorces you and takes all your money.
Right, because you
Right.
fucked up on the power of attorney.
Yeah.
It was like a complete opposite. She like fell in love with him like when he was gone. I was like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was such a heartthrob.
he was-
Yeah.
I mean, he's a gorgeous looking guy. Yeah. I would say so.
I
yeah.
don't know.
No?
He had some
Yeah.
similar features to my ex, and it was really hard to
Oh,
watch.
that's what killed it.
That's
a-
what killed
That's
it.
a lovered scorn.
It's those fucking.
It's the eyes. I don't know.
Thank you.
Something
It's
was
those
weird.
fucking doe eyes. It looks like he looks like a deer in headlights the
He
entire
did.
fucking movie.
He did. Well, Marine.
I mean, I can't knock him for that because it's personal appearance. And
He
can't
also
really do anything
served in
about it without
1-1.
surgery.
1-1 with Scotty and
Lancey, you
Yeah,
know?
they both served the same unit.
Yeah.
That's awesome that they use him 1-1.
1-1.
Wow, that unit turned to shit. Let me tell you.
Scott is rolling over in his grave
Right,
that this
right.
movie has disparaged such a thing.
Oh, poor Scott.
Oh, man.
Come on.
The music, holy fuck.
It's not that bad.
It is that
I-
bad.
The first song I liked.
Even my wife commented that after a while, every new song it was the exact
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
They did sound similar, but
Right.
I think she has a good
She got a great voice.
She got a great
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
If that's
she's
really
doing-
her.
When she was doing the cover stuff. It is her, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I looked it,
It
up.
is.
Or
Here's the
something,
thing,
yeah.
though, but like the one song that she makes it big with, they play it like 3 times in a 10-minute period.
Right. Okay. So I like the covers. She did a good job with them. Like she's got a great voice, and she's got that weird kind of like.
So I was gonna comment on that. I was gonna say,
It almost looked like she was wearing like a lot of like powdered white makeup on the.
well, they had to make a Latino look white.
Well, yeah, it was
I
really
don't know
weird.
why.
Like they looked like she was whitened out a
Yeah,
little bit,
whitewashed.
And- yeah, white. Yeah, exactly. Whitewashed, which is kind of weird because
the new blackface.
But you could see it though. I was like,
Can
girl,
we
just
talk
go
about
back.
how she had her hair tucked into her shirt like half the
Oh,
time?
that was weird.
I didn't
too.
even notice.
Kinda weird.
Well, yeah, while performing, you don't
Apparently,
want
it's
that
like
fucking
symbolic of her being shy or something. But everyone, there was all these TikToks like, I'm gonna start wearing my hair like this. Like, what was going
Oh,
on with
why?
She
that?
didn't seem very
Why?
shy. She seemed very
Of all the
outgoing.
movies to take inspiration from, this is not it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a sub thing, right? Her being, you know, whatever.
All right, keep going. Keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah. All right. Also, I was gonna comment on the covers, but they did explain that, so I had to take that comment out.
What do you mean with the?
I was gonna be like, they didn't pay anyone to write an actual original song for this, so all they,
covers.
all
I
they
thought
have
you
is
meant like
covers.
covers, like. they're
But yeah, but then they explained why, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I can't fault them for that.
okay.
Damn it.
Go on. Go on.
Let's see. So he owes money. So he owes people money. They had to do that. What is wrong with I don't want to live in the barracks? Why couldn't that have been his whole line? She had a valid reason, medical. All
Right.
he would have had to say is, I don't want to live in a place because I'm a grown adult and be treated like a child every day.
Or how about we address, because they're trying to address all these social justice issues or whatever else, right?
Yeah.
How about mold in the fucking barracks?
How
Yeah,
about that?
yeah.
How about let's talk about
Yeah.
that? Unsanitary living conditions.
Yeah.
They could have just made it where his whole fucking platoon went out and got contract marriages so they don't have to live there. It would have been a much better story.
The problem is that the military advisor on this movie was some crusty old Sergeant First Class instead of a bunch of lower enlisted that would actually do this shit.
yeah. Yeah. It'd be like, yeah, I remember. This is what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Bright Star 84.
Yeah.
I don't understand like why he's like telling other people like his drug dealer
Yeah. Yeah.
or ex-drug dealer
Yeah,
that
just-
he's
just
getting
fucking-
married illegally. Like just say, yeah, I got the cash. It's coming.
Don't worry.
Like, why the fuck do you even tell that shit?
I just got promoted. I'll be able to pay you back. Boom. Done. That's all I got to say.
Yep.
You know. Also, here's another thought. Tell your command.
Yeah. Oh, he
You
brought this
clearly,
up actually.
this guy clearly got in on a drug waiver.
Right.
Because he went to rehab, which is on
Documented,
which is
yeah.
documented in your medical history.
Yep.
Yep. He got a drug waiver. Go to your command and be like, "Hey, this scumbag is trying to hustle me for $15,000 that he says I owe him. I mean, I technically do, but he's a piece of shit,
And it's illegal money.
and it's illegal, and he's
business,
threatening
so-
my
right.
family now. Guess what? They're gonna take care of it.
But that would make the story good though. If you did it that way.
Well, then they would have
That'd be
no,
too real. It'd be
They would
too
have
real.
no movie, and I'd have 2 hours of my life back.
It'd be like
It wouldn't be poking holes in a story.
Actually, it would be like the low budget John Wick.
yeah.
No,
call the cops, man.
It would change from a love story to a crime thriller.
Oh, not really.
There was
crime.
nothing
There-
thrilling
better
about
movie.
it.
Actually, yeah.
I just improved the whole movie. You're welcome, Netflix. That's for the sequel.
Go on.
All right. No Marine talks like this. Jesus
No.
fucking Christ.
Maybe the pickup lines.
Oh yeah, but that's true.
Yeah, that
across-
was good. Yeah, right at the beginning.
yeah, but that's true across the board.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But the Marines get a little more.
Oh yeah,
They're
but-
a little
more
obnoxious.
a little more confident
Oh,
with it.
so
More
now
of
we
being-
want to
Maybe
know
cocky,
what kind,
not
God-
confident.
what kind of
Right.
they're
pickup.
the same thing.
Fair
They're
enough.
the same thing.
No,
So
you
what-
can be confident without being cocky.
What pickup lines
How?
got you?
Teach me.
Hard no.
No, now we want to know what Marine pickup lines worked on you.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not gonna hash the
No.
past. No, it's too public for that.
Way to dig up old shit, Pete.
That's
yeah.
right.
You had me.
I
at
want to forget
Hooah.
all that. We're gonna.
I've
that
got a
never
minor
happened.
in archaeology, digging shit up.
I'm using that.
No.
Yeah.
Last one. Not last one, but fuck this fucking movie.
Okay.
I was about halfway
Fair
through
enough,
at
fair
that point. Never, not once did I leave for deployment when the sun was out.
Correct.
Yeah, that
Ever.
was. It was
Right.
pretty
Ever.
sunny out.
With all the families and then the window kiss, like what the hell?
When does the military ever make movement convenient for everybody?
Everybody's watching,
Never.
by the way. Everyone's watching. You have to keep it up. Like nobody's watching. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck.
Do you have any idea how fucking drunk
Nobody
I
gives a
was
fuck.
every time I got on that bus? The only time I deployed sober is when I went on the Mew.
Reminds me of our range day. Was it our lunch? I cracked a beer. He's like, dude, we're shooting today. I'm like, it's a beer, Pete. Shut up. God, it's just a beer.
I drink 6 of these when I go to the
Yeah,
range.
I mean,
on my own.
Like, how else do you drive?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Gotta have something to drink when you drive.
Right?
God,
Steady's a hand.
fucking cops. Yeah.
That's my
If
shooting
I don't
hand.
drink, I'm gonna have the shakes, man.
Yeah. Go on.
All right. So nobody's going to talk about how his complete career and future is completely fucked.
Oh, yes, because
Well, he doesn't need one. He's got a sugar mama and her. She's a
Right.
Yeah.
See, because at
Oh,
the
then he
end-
can just run his marathons on every continent. Oh,
Yep.
yeah,
Right.
good for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yay. So, Sami didn't like this
Also,
movie very much.
let's also talk about the fact that he was an addict
Yes.
on opioids.
Yes.
Gets his leg blown up.
100%.
You're telling me he didn't get painkillers on that one?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did. He should.
You know, maybe him falling down a deep spiral of his addiction would have been a better fucking story.
I think he should have killed the drug dealer
And then-
instead of
and then
beating his ass.
oh,
though.
yeah,
It would have been a lot awesome if he just
Also,
like 187 his ass. Boom. Right in
maybe
that
should have just
parking lot.
waited for his leg to heal instead of having an obvious weakness. I don't know. Just
So
saying.
if it was an army dude, do you think you would have a different vision of the movie?
Nope.
No.
Nope. Not at all.
Okay.
I
wouldn't
haven't.
care.
I at least have a little bit of respect for the army, just a bit.
Just a bit.
Okay.
Not the Navy or the
If it was,
Air Force.
if
or
it was the Air Force or the Navy,
Coast
I'd be like,
Guard or
serves you the fuck
Space
right.
Force, maybe.
Also, but if it was any of those branches, he wouldn't have gotten blown up in Iraq, and it would have ruined the whole story for him.
That's up. My
Well,
daughter's
it might
my
have made-
daughter's joining the Space Force, by the way. That's gonna be
I
awesome.
thought you said Air Force.
Well, I told her Space Force because she's not gonna.
I mean, I'm
Go
saying
down that
Navy.
rabbit
They'll
hole.
allow women on submarines
Get
by
the
that time.
fuck no! I just want to go Space
Yeah,
Force.
her and a bunch of men cooped up on a sub.
Oh boy.
Gun. Somebody gun. Pull one off the wall.
Which one you want?
Yeah, right. All right.
So
Let's get your.
You
on,
need
sorry.
to defend your choice here.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Not you.
Oh.
Her.
Me?
Yeah.
For what?
You
Well-
picked the movie.
Well, first let's
I
get
said I wanted to torture y'all, and I just was really curious.
She was upfront about that.
Sam's rank though. Sam gave it a half.
Oh yeah,
A
lowest
half.
rank. Lowest rank.
I was
yeah.
actually gonna put up a new graphic for it, but it wouldn't. Just a half a graphic wouldn't get the whole joy of it. Next week you'll see.
You
it.
also wouldn't let me do 0.
Yeah. Well, no, I could do 0. Just your name could be up there, but you got to put something up. All right.
No further comments.
So we'll go through everybody else and then let you explain yourself. I gave it a 2.5. Like I said, it is a better than Hallmark movie in my opinion. It is not a Lifetime styler. It is a romance flick. I get that. It is military
This
based.
is on a 4-point scale, right?
5.
5,
5. We're on a 5 scale.
Okay.
50%, still failing.
Well, yeah. It's better, like I said, better than Hallmark in my opinion, because it's not. I just watched so many goddamn Hallmarks with the Tammy Sue up there. It's ridiculous, but the Lifetime shit's a lot better. It's a little, but anyway, it's like this middle ground of it. Yeah, the military side of it. There was some there. It was somewhat
They
accurate.
wore a uniform.
Yeah, there were some accuracies. There's some accuracies, a lot of
Yeah.
inaccuracies. There's a 50-50 mix on it. Uniform-wise, besides some cover shit, was a little weird.
Why don't we discuss the fact that when there is a contract marriage, nobody's looking at you. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah, right. When it came down to like this weird, like everyone's
Yeah.
watching your shit, I was like, this is not realistic. There's a lot of stuff that wasn't
Yeah.
realistic. There's
No
some
one-
stuff that was.
Yeah,
and-
no one
and
gives
it-
a fuck. And all your friends know it's a contract marriage. They're not fucking stupid.
like the dad being,
Right.
the MP that's gonna watch. Like, yeah, that's somebody that's okay. I get that. That guy's gonna be suspicious of shit.
No, he
That
wasn't.
makes sense.
He hasn't
But
seen his son in 2 years.
It's true though. But he knows his
They
son
haven't
very
ta-
well.
Yeah, but they haven't talked in 2 years. How does he know that he didn't meet a girl that changed his
Look, he
life?
really watched this movie very well. He
Right.
remembers all the shit.
I know,
It's
I'm
speared right in
like-
his
Because
head.
there are plot holes, and I have questions.
All right, I give 2.5. Whatever.
Should we rewrite and make a part 2? Make
PD.
it ourselves.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, if these guys want to write another movie, just bring me in, and I can ask all these questions. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, maybe this will be a better movie."
See, I feel like they don't actually have military people helping with these movies.
Exactly.
Like, there's just no way.
Look, I'm looking for a new career option here.
Right.
My
I mean,
joints
I've
are
always
falling
wanted to
apart.
act, so
My
I
joints are
mean-
falling apart.
Dude, that'd be fun, right? PD, your rank.
I gave it 2.5, and that's a stretch. So if you take it for what it is,
Is
a
this
romantic,
what happens when you get married?
Yes.
Yeah, you watch this shit.
So if you take it for what it is, a romantic, whatever, fucking bullshit movie, all right, not too bad, right? I mean, not the greatest, but
Not
whatever.
the worst. Not the worst when it comes to this kind of shit.
The military side of things, I'm a no-go at this station.
Yeah.
The funniest part of the movie, though, that actually the only part that made me crack up at all was when they were getting married in front of the judge, and the judge was like, "Oh, and by the powers vested in me by the great state of California," and I just lost my shit.
That
right
made me
there.
laugh. Also, the judge called them both her.
No.
I didn't notice that.
Really?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I heard
Well,
it.
you can't assume.
Well, you never know. These days,
Well,
2022, you can do whatever. You know?
Just saying.
We
They,
do
them.
have a non-binary guest coming on this season. It's gonna be nice.
Interesting.
Yeah. It. What?
They, them.
They,
They.
them. Whatever. I don't know. how to do
Caesar.
it.
I don't know.
I already fucked it up. All right, go on. So you're good with 2.5. That's what you got, PD, huh?
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
stretch, man.
All right, and ski. Actually, let's go Jonesy first.
Okay.
Because we're gonna go up slowly here and there. Jonesy, you give it 2.
Yeah.
We went that down a little bit, actually.
I was actually really surprised. My girlfriend wanted to watch it with me, and she stopped about 30 minutes in and said, "I'd rather clean, thanks."
Jonesy.
That's fine.
That is what we call in the business a keeper.
Yes.
I don't know. My wife was into it. She watched it before even I did, like a month. Like it
Not
just came out.
surprising.
Yeah, I know. All right.
She's got oxygen on
ski.
constantly.
He voted a 4.5
Ski got
out of 5
kind of high
Hooahs.
rating. You ready, Ski? There they are. The Cayuse. Oh, the Cayuse are up. You said you're gonna be Hooahs. No, you get
I
Cayuse.
fucking knew it. Yeah.
Yeah,
3.
You
Again.
don't say shit about this stuff because then he's gonna monopolize it and
You're
keep
getting
the train running. This is never
you're
ending
getting
now.
the Cayuse up there. All right.
Whatever.
3 Cayuse for you. Go on.
Yeah, military movie. It was shit. Romance movie. It was actually not that terrible, and I actually didn't
Also
mind the
fantasy.
music. I'm not gonna like put that music on a fucking playlist and rock out to it, but
You
like,
already
Speak up
have.
back.
haven't
it wasn't
you?
terrible.
Turn up the volume. I can barely hear
It
him.
wasn't terrible.
Thank
Fucking
you.
music wasn't a terrible movie, but yeah, I give it 3.
The
For
softer side of ski.
military
Yeah.
movie 1.5, but romance movie I give it a 3.
Yeah.
Did your wife put you up to this?
No,
She's gonna beat him later.
Yeah.
All right.
you should give it a 5. Oh god,
And our guest, who picked the movie,
5.5.
3.5 compasses. Let's see. It's gonna do grid squares.
Oh man, that's great. No wonder why I'm lost. There's
I don't know how to use this fucking thing.
You only need one.
I only have North. What the fuck?
I only have half of one. What the heck? No wonder why. That's great. No,
So-
I think like what he was saying about like good romance, but military side of it not so much. But you know, with the retention rates being a little low, maybe they're trying to make
Oh,
you know.
that's not bad angle on that.
Possibly, but I
You
don't see
know.
anyone joining the Marine Corps after watching this.
No,
Well,
or
so-
dating one, hopefully.
Yeah.
Or saying.
Do not recommend.
Do not recommend.
It shows the
Do not
softer
recommend.
side of the Marines. They're not
Also-
all-
Did anyone else notice
They're not
that
all bad. Let me
Yeah.
just I have some good friends that were one.
We
so.
forgot that's like one side
everybody,
next to you.
I know.
everybody just seems, and from this unit, seems to all be from Oceanside. Did anyone else notice that shit?
Yeah, like they all lived right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's a beautiful area. So.
The movie could have used a lot more push.
Yeah. Well, there was push,
Yeah.
but no show titty
Yeah.
or butts or
Yeah,
at least
no.
some like pubic bone, like something.
What the
Say
heck?
you want a smut film already.
Yeah, you know, like Lifetime that shit up a little bit. They do a better job.
Yeah, they know that that's the
or-
only way husbands will watch.
Nice tits, great.
Another
Awesome.
point is that they're acting like they're stealing like a shit ton of benefits or money. Like the dudes need 3. Right?
Yeah, he's an E3.
Right.
Yeah, he's an
Yeah,
E3.
that's like
Yeah,
nothing.
They're not stealing that much. It's
Well,
not like
But she's getting her TRICARE. Like I said, you had me a TRICARE,
yeah.
but she needs that part.
But it's the medical
She
benefits.
needs
I
the
think
med-
is
she
the
needs
more
the medical,
important
and
one.
he just
Yeah.
needed that
Yeah.
little bit extra to pay off the drug dealer
yeah.
that
Yeah.
he
Right.
handed the cash and beat the shit out of. Save you guys some trouble. Don't watch the fucking movie. All right, cool. All right, so that was our movie. Anybody else got anything else on it? Because I'm done with this shit. We're good? We're moving on. Is it that time? It is that time. All right, where are we? Oh, Smoke Pit. Oh, there we are.
Smoke him if you got him.
Time for some Q&A with
I
our
do really love
guest.
that it's the Marines in the smoke pit because like we build the best ones.
You do. You actually do.
Yeah, couches.
Army, we just smoke where we want.
yeah, couches, sandbags. You know,
Our
Overhead
office.
cover.
where else? Where else are you gonna play spades?
True. All right, little Q&A. Oh, you don't get that part of the...
No. Yeah,
What is it-
I
what I-
can't prepare.
what I-
I didn't study.
What did I put on there, by the
You
way?
said, wouldn't you like to know what we're going to ask you?
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Well, you get the raw answer.
So-
then here we go.
LT, we got some questions for you here.
All
All right,
right.
ma'am. Ooh, I don't like calling you that. It's weird.
Yeah,
All right.
it is weird.
When
Don't do that.
Yeah, when and why did you join the Army? Let's start with that one.
When and why? I joined in 2014, right out of high school. So
That's okay. That's recent.
recent. It's been 8 years.
Okay, for
I'm
me.
starting to feel old.
I'm sorry.
I've been
You're
out
so-
of the military longer than you've been in it.
Yes. So okay, so you joined 14. Why? Let's get that part.
So there's a few different reasons. I definitely wanted to live a healthier lifestyle. I was
So you joined the military.
the fitness aspect of it. I was
I was not an alcoholic before I joined.
And then I became one.
yeah. well,
2 packs of cools a day.
I never smoked before.
While I was running.
Right.
Yeah, well,
Go on.
I was heavier set in high school, and I wanted a reason to really have to live a healthier lifestyle. And I didn't really know much about the military, and there was a National Guard recruiter that came in, and I was thinking about college, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to afford it. So hearing I could go to college, but also kind of have best of both worlds, and
Okay.
do something greater, and just really feel like I could be kind of a part of something, because I didn't know what I wanted to do after high school. I just knew I wanted to go to college and do something, but I didn't know what that was. So I felt like that kind of opened up the opportunities for me to kind of get in the door.
Right.
So nothing patriotic at all. Just
Not when I first joined, because but as I think in basic it kind of hit, and then I think I kind of realized what this means.
Indoctrination at its
yeah.
finest.
I am a real American.
Well, when you have MP drill sergeants for 5 months, there's a lot.
Wee woo. Wee. So okay.
One
all
of
right.
mine was a firefighter, so.
Well, all right. So all right. That's good. That's interesting. I like it. All right. So you went the nasty girl route. Why not reserve route though?
I didn't really know there was other options. It was
Okay.
just kind of
She
like
said
the
she didn't
recruiter
know that
came.
much
and-
about
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really come from a military family. I think my grandfather served, but I never met him. So I'm kind of,
Okay.
the only one really in the
Yeah,
family.
and that's what recruiters rely on, is people who don't know
Right.
anything about
Right.
the military, and they're like, oh, college.
Yeah.
That's the end.
I'll be honest,
Yeah,
but
But at the- okay.
You can be a cook and learn how to meal prep.
But you first went enlisted though.
yes.
No, you don't.
Before you crossed over now to this
The dark side, yeah.
So where'd you go to basic, by the way?
Fort Leonard Wood.
Lost in the woods.
Lost
Yeah.
in the woods. Yes. All
Also,
right.
one of the few officers we've had on here that went to basic.
Oh
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, and was
Yeah.
enlisted first, actually. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
Mustang.
So why'd you become
Do
a
you
buddy
actually
fucker?
own a Mustang?
No.
I see you're missing
We
that
don't
one.
get paid that much.
It's like I drive I
Jokes on you,
drive a
they're not that
Kia.
much.
Why did you become a body fucker, an MP? Like, what was the reasoning for that?
I actually was interested in doing something psychological, like psyops or something like that, but there wasn't any.
DS Asylum. Put some respect on it.
But there wasn't any openings, and my recruiter was like, "How about this?" And I was like, "Sure, why not? That sounds cool."
Kind of like when I joined the artillery. You're like, oh hey,
I really didn't
Oh, you
know
like
what I
guns?
was
I
getting
actually-
myself into, and then I got scared, and I was like, "I don't know if I'm gonna make it."
yeah. I actually went for MP first, and they're like, yeah, you got criminal background too rough. So
Oh.
like, what? I'm like, what can I do? I'm like, artillery sounds great. I'm like, sure, all right, yeah, okay, I'll be a fister. Okay, so I get that. You kind of didn't know what's going on. All right. Who'd you serve with the MP unit there? Because you were in the NG side. So where
Yeah,
was
that was the 333rd out of Freeport, Illinois.
Freeport. Where the hell is that? That's like
That's up
up
north.
north. Freeport's
Ish.
up north.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like north of DeKalb.
Yeah.
Oh
that's
yeah,
where
I forgot.
live.
That's still north-ish. Okay. All right. So while you were with the Guard, which was a few
Yikes.
years, right?
Ugh.
How many years did you do the Guard?
So overall 6. 2 of those years I was contracted SMP cadet. So 4 of them I was enlisted. 2 I stayed in the same platoon as an SMP cadet, but I was technically a RTC candidate. Yeah.
We'll get into that in a second here.
Yeah, it's
'cause I know
complicated if you don't
no,
know.
No, yeah, we'll get into that one just a second. Did you mobilize as a Guard?
So I
You
went to Trump's inauguration. So
Like you went there as like, hey, or you were like, nope, back the fuck up.
they only gave us gas masks.
Oh, so they just straight
Yeah,
up.
they're like, hey, you can
No
just
guns?
chuck this at the riots, that's all they gave us. And it was definitely an interesting experience.
How long are you there for?
We stayed in like at this abandoned school. It was like crazy. It was like a whole bunch of us
Wait,
in this like abandoned school.
There's an abandoned school in D.C.
Yeah.
No way.
They got mad because everyone was like ordering like takeout, and they're like, they can't know where we're at. I'm like, you can clearly see there's thousands of people, and there's like school. There's like shower campers. Like,
were you in plain clothes?
Like when we weren't on like plain guard, but
Okay.
so.
But there were people walking around in uniform, right?
Yeah, like I guess
they know where you're
sometimes,
fucking at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Also, who the fuck is staying at an abandoned school?
Homeless.
So were you like,
So
like
that's
actually
the theme
militia?
for me in my military experience, because I also did a JRTC rotation with SF, and we locked down a
which actually
like,
next question I was gonna bring that
a
up is like,
school.
what the hell you were doing at your rotation there? 'Cause I saw that on
Yeah.
your thing here. So yeah, what the hell? What's that all about? What'd you do there?
So yeah, that was so cool, because I thought JRTC meant like you go and work with SF. I guess that's just one of the options. So there's a few different things that you can do when you go there, but there were two groups. I guess one went and like pulled security and stood around and did nothing all day,
Security.
and I was like, that sucks.
Security. Yeah, security.
But we got to like have like a whole group of PSYOPers who were like training us. So we had to like role play in the Etropian government, and they were teaching us like their tactics for like them being graded. And so we had to role play, and it was really interesting. Actually, it was just so really cool because we did like a 24-hour op, and we had like the miles gear where like they shoot you and it like vibrates and stuff. So like
So it worked.
that was really cool. It did. It did actually. We had to like zip tie it all down, and it was definitely an experience. I remember like being in the city, and like everything was like blowing up, like all the trucks. Like it was actually really realistic.
That's so cool training then.
Yeah, it
Sounds
was.
pretty awesome. Well, you're working with SF. They've got a budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't
And-
count every bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they, we just kind of like made up camp at this like school, but we got lucky because we had like a nice setup. Some people were like dead in the field and like ran out of food. Apparently, one of the SF guys like found out like a hog and like roasted it. And
Nice.
even though they weren't supposed
Very
to.
Black
so,
Hawk Down. I like that. Black Hawk Down
we
style.
killed goats.
So
Goats.
we
Goats
had
are
a
good.
little lavish,
Yeah, they
but we got to go in and out and like go on different missions and stuff. So it was like really cool to just kind of
That's
learn
pretty cool.
tactics from them. We were like, doing security like in school, clearing the rooms. It was really cool that SF would like hide like on like in the cabinets, like pop out, and we would just
So they'd be
really-
like the Op 4 and you would come
Yeah,
out. That's actually pretty awesome.
It was
All
a
right,
lot
so
of
that
fun.
sounds
I
like you had
enjoyed
good
it a
time.
lot. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So that was a pretty cool JRTC rotation. I've never
Yeah.
heard anybody have that much fun at JRTC.
I loved it.
I never
So-
had anything like that on active duty.
Yeah. It was really
that's
cool.
That's pretty awesome. All right, so then at that point on, you switched over. You went well, first of all, you went to college. Get
Yeah.
the old try there, right?
Yep,
you
still
went the
there.
officer route. All right. And so where'd you go to school, by the way?
I'm still at NIU.
So, well, you've obviously graduated and
Yes.
became that, and then so you're, well, we'll get into, all right, further on in a
But
second.
I went to NIU, yes.
All right, so what'd you major in, by the way?
Ooh, it's a mouthful if you want the whole definition.
As long as you're not choking me, I'll take them out. All right. Let's lay it on me.
Human Development and Family Sciences with an emphasis in Family Social Services with a minor in Psychology and Military Science, and I'm a provisional certified family life educator.
You choked me on that one. That's more than
That was
enough.
my
How
5
do you
years of
fit
undergrad.
How do you fit that on a resume?
You got to condense it. You just Family Social Services or
acronym.
I was gonna say, what's the
HDFS.
PowerPoint?
Yeah.
But that's the official title of everything
Holy
that I got
fuck.
in 5 years undergrad.
So family shrink? Is that an easier way to put it?
I don't like that word string.
Okay, all right,
But
sorry. Family.
It's kind of
'Cause
all
the
the
water was cold.
prerequisites
Because
for
the water
that.
was so cool.
I was in the pool.
So
The new generation is not like the word shrink, though.
I
love
don't.
that.
It's
it's
like
weird.
degrading to me. I think.
I-
I don't, I think the way it's
you're not the
portrayed
first
in
one I've heard it.
society
It's not the
and in
first
the
one I've heard it.
movies. Yeah.
It's not. Because my mom's one, and she was okay with it back in the day. But like everyone I talk to now, it's just like, no, don't call me that. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's just such a negative connotation with it.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
know,
There's a little old stinger.
But the
to it.
rapist is better?
The rapist. That's the therapist, and you're a moron.
Oh.
All right, Trebek.
Sorry.
I'm the first
It's-
analyst and therapist.
Full on rapist.
I'm a full-on rapist.
Women, kids, a whole.
That was a great episode.
Yeah,
by the
that
way.
was a good episode.
I love your finest milk steak.
So okay. All right. So you sorry when you went there for your mouth long. That's a lot. That's
Yeah,
a
it was a lot.
long mouth of.
I was
whatever
very
degree.
involved.
How many people are in that major? Was it like 4?
No, there's different different groups because you got like the child development, family social services. So it's like a pretty big college. It depends on what group you kind of branch into.
Fair enough.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Did you guys party at Molly's a lot?
In my younger days, yeah.
I may or may not have been to NIU a few times.
So have I. Yeah. Kegs and eggs. Always fun up there.
Oh yeah.
All right, you went to the RTC, right? The
I did.
The SMP cadets. That's
Yes.
simultaneous.
Simultaneous.
Simultaneous. Sorry, I've been drinking. Stimulating. I have been
The
drinking.
next word is membership.
I've been drinking. Please.
No way.
And a
Membership.
program is what you need.
Yeah.
simultaneous, whatever SMP program. So that's like where you're in the service and then you're doing cadet stuff at the same time.
Yes, you have the
Yeah.
option if you are into kind of withdraw from that and solely focus on just ROTC, or you can stay in at the same time, or you don't obviously have to have the enlisted experience to join ROTC.
Which is cool because you, like I said, you were enlisted
Right.
and you went to actual basic. You were enlisted for a while, for years before you did the thing. God, awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if they made you a better officer or not, but whatever. You're not my O, so I don't really care. But all right, so while you're doing that, do they give you like a little extra because you're in already, a little extra duty, like a higher rank, or how's that work?
you get E5. You get the little circle and you're an E5.
Okay.
So like rank wise. So.
All right, and then they give you like probably a little more trust, right? Like you're leading more shit. You're giving you more duties, right? Maybe.
It depends where you're at,
Okay.
I think. So I stayed in the unit that I grew up in. So people knew who I was. They knew, you know, my strengths and what I wanted to do. I started to do more admin stuff and kind of be more of like the PL, you know, work with the PL, kind of shadow
Right.
them. But a lot of times I was just kind of the coffee bitch. So,
fair.
you
That's
know,
good. That's
when
fair.
like ran to Starbucks. But, you know, I did get a lot of really good training. But for a while we didn't have a PL. So I kind of was just trying to make classes or trying to, you know, do different things to help out in different areas.
Okay.
And that's when I started to get my love for, you know, being human resources, because I would help out with some of that stuff. I would organize binders and I would do all that. And I'm like, wow, I love this stuff. Like, this is definitely the path for me.
Nice. But you also
So-
did like some honor guard stuff, some color guard. What else did you do?
That was
when
in
you were-
RTC. So
Yeah, in
RTC,
RTC time.
they
Yeah,
have.
let's talk about that still. We're still in that phase.
They, well, because it kind of oversides.
Right,
but,
okay.
You know, they require a lot out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a minor, but it's a whole program, and it takes up so much of your time because, you know, it's as close to simulating active duty as you can get.
Right.
PT,
We had PT
every
twice.
day.
Every
We
day.
rocked every Friday. You had to join X amount of teams. You had to do, it was kind of a point system, really, especially if you're going active duty. If you're a guard reserve, not so much. They didn't really
Yeah.
care too much about that.
Did you do Ranger Challenge?
I did not.
Ah, you suck.
So
I did twice.
Nice.
And you're still an officer.
And it shows.
I know.
Okay.
And it shows. That shows. Major Pete. Even though we call you Major, you're still not one. Anyway, go on. Go on.
Yeah, so I did some color guard details. I think my favorite thing I did was being on mission support. So, and I used mascot mission. You know, go Huskies.
So, yeah, I was going to ask about this mascot trainer thing you put on here, but what the fuck?
So we
Wait,
are the
Isn't your
RT
mascot like someone who dresses in a suit, not an actual husky?
No, we have both. That's Victor E, and then you actually have the, you know, actual dog, you know, mission, and now we have mission 2 because they're transitioning. Because mission's going to be retiring.
Oh, transition.
So-
I didn't know what kind of transition we're talking
Yeah.
about for a second. I'm like,
Yeah.
they're cutting his dick off now?
Yeah. So we would take them to football games, and we would like give tricks.
He's going to a farm where he can run free.
Yeah, we would take them to football games, and we would just like take pictures of people. Want to take pictures? We'd give them like, you know, his favorite snacks like hot dogs, and just like have them like do tricks and stuff. And it was super cute. Like,
And
I mean, it's fun.
I loved it.
Are you doing that in uniform, though?
Yeah.
That's sad. Like, it's nice to do that with a dog. We're like, I got to do this in uniform. That's really fucked up.
Right.
Hey, there's a literal guy whose only job in the Marine Corps is to watch over the bulldog.
Right.
Okay, all right. All right,
That's
so
the same tricks she used to pick up guys, though, right? Feeding them a hot dog.
Come here, boy.
No,
Come here, boy.
that's why I'm single.
There's food here. Come here. Come.
Do you have like a big crate that's just like held up with a stick with a string on it?
Oh gosh. And then I did some color guard, and you know,
Yeah.
we had like our own, you know, military ball, and there were some other events and stuff that we did.
Cool
so
stuff. So, yeah, you had a good time. You learned some shit. You had some
very
fun.
well rounded. It definitely does not get the credit it deserves.
Well, see, I think it's a lot better than when you being enlisted for years before going in and doing it, which is gives you a little
But
step
they
up.
do a good job of trying to, each year they, you know, you go over introductory stuff, facing movements, and you go into tactics, and then you move up into like leadership, operation. op board stuff and then briefing. So they do a really good job and have a good curriculum. It's all about, do you have good cadre to enforce it? Do you have good, people in your cohort to help, work well? So really just kind of, it is what you put into it, because you can obviously slack off and, still commission, or you can be,
We know a few of those.
or you can put in a lot of work and just have a lot on your plate and be very stressed out. So it really, it's on you and your cadre and your cohort members to really make, the best of what it is. And if you take it seriously, there actually is a lot of really good training you can get out of it, even if you weren't enlisted. But, with the stereotype, and then just some people just think that they're, hot shit when they're just not, I'll never take more credit than, what I have. But having that enlist experience at the same time helped be able to apply it. So I think that the problem is that they don't have the space to apply what they learn. And then by the time they commission, then they're expected just to do all this officer stuff and they forget everything. So I had that advantage of, practicing, TLPs and, all that fun stuff during lab, and then going to drill and then teaching it in drill weekend. And everyone was like, oh, you're so hooah. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to, I didn't just sign up just to sit and watch these PowerPoints, but okay. So.
I didn't sign up for that either. They made me do it.
That's exactly what I signed up for. When they, I was like, oh, you're just gonna watch PowerPoints.
Oh,
every
great!
day.
Another fucking safety stand down in the
Right.
base chat.
I love it.
When you commissioned and you went, I'm trying to figure this out here. You went the paper bitch route. You went the S1 route. Why?
I was done with the field.
Okay, I get it. But so you want to go S1, right?
Yeah, but I really do feel like that is my strength. And I took a big risk not knowing what I was going to branch anyway. I did get a vacancy hold request, which is, something that you can get to try to lock like your slot, but it's not always guaranteed. So you're kind of taking a risk when you're competing with everyone, especially active duty. You don't know what you always are going to get.
Well, I don't see people lining up for S1, right?
Well, true, but
You got some secrets about S1?
Open contract, baby.
Pete, you got to ask the questions about S1 here for her?
Oh, why is it that you guys only remain open on the third moon on every harvest of the winter solstice from 1300 to 1315?
it's because when we are up and you're too busy shamming.
Fair.
Why is it that you will complete shit that's due 1 month and then the next month it's somehow due again? How is that? How is that?
We got a lot of gripes
impossible?
here. We got a lot of gripes here.
Does the system clear the bank every month? It's like, oh, we got to update
They
it again.
cleared the cash.
Yeah, they cleared the cash.
We got a lot of questions for you here on this one. You're in charge. You're in charge.
Yeah.
You're in charge. Yeah, you're in
Accountability,
charge. You're
motherfucker.
OIC.
I'm still learning though, because
Because you're a
being in
goddamn lieutenant.
I have updated my insurance 7 goddamn times in 3 months, and I have made no changes.
well, I mean,
means you're not
there's
insured.
a lot of
Yeah.
systems, and
I know. Look, we're giving
hopefully
you shit.
IPSA will help, but
Just give
we'll
me shit.
see.
There's a lot for these guys that don't understand HR. I don't get it either, but I'm not talking shit like they are because I don't give a fuck.
I don't understand it either. And
I actually
am
love
the
going in
HR
there.
for my company.
It's somebody to
Right.
talk to. Like, I look at my record. I'm like, how's it going? It doesn't bother me going in there because I'm actually being forced to go in all the time because I don't actually walk in ever. I'm just like, hey, I'm on a list. All right, I walk in. Cool. I don't have a problem with it. Yeah, you guys do fuck up a lot. Not you, like in
So
general.
we just like
it's
most of the time we're just reporting stuff.
I know.
There's some
It's like the
actions that we
system
do.
errors. I get it. It's not your fault.
It's
I'm
not
not
always
saying.
us. We're just the reporters. We just show the percentages.
It's okay. Fink was on the
For
show
most
before.
of the
Yeah, we've had some S1 on here. We actually a couple. We had Malone and Fink. Fucking Joey Malone.
Joey Malone.
He just hit me up actually. He's like, "Oh, my penis is still gigantic." Yeah, I know. I know.
Just want to make sure you
Oh
knew.
my god.
Thank you for telling me that.
Here's a picture of
Yeah.
it.
And then talking to
Oh,
Fink,
gosh. I don't need to hear this about my section.
Joey Malone's not an
Oh, yeah,
intersection.
he's-
long gone.
was.
Long gone.
But Fink is.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I mean.
He is a small penis. Anyway, all right.
Just in case don't have a heart
I
attack.
just
when
wanted,
my
I
mom
wanted
comes
to see
back.
Jones like cringe for a second there. He was
Sharp
like,
posters are coming up soon.
all right. Okay, we went the paper bitch route. We asked that question. All right, actually, good question. Are you going the captain's career course? You doing that? You're trying it?
Yeah. So I'm currently still trying to recover from a hip injury that I've had. So.
Those Marines, they really know.
Oh God!
This
No,
shit.
take
I'll
that
tell
back.
That is so not true. We get ours and we leave.
God.
Yes, we
First
got the
in,
sharp
first
posters
out.
up.
Yep.
First in, first out.
It's in the motto, bro.
Yeah.
She's why we can't use hip pocket training anymore.
Right. It's offensive to people with hips and without hips.
And with
Yes.
damage chips.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, go on. Sorry. So hip injury. Go on.
Yes. So once I am, cleared and able to do that. They put out the list for us to start taking classes. However, I'm still in school to get my master's, so it's kind of tricky to kind of figure out when to carve time for that. So this coming summer would be ideal. I just don't know if my, physically I'll be ready by then. And then if not, I'm going to have to either postpone Triple C because I graduate in May, or kind of move around things because I don't want to have to do that with school.
Okay.
So the longer I can kind of wait and hopefully graduate first and get that done if I can't get it done in the summer.
So you're playing it slow and steady, which is fine, which is good.
Well, I mean, I just got promoted in March,
right.
so I mean, I have plenty of time.
No, that's still good. Like, you're planning it out. That's great.
There's 3 different phases.
Settle down.
There's an online
I'm not
portion.
saying calm down because I know how that turns out. Never tell a woman calm down. See, even like, what did you just do? No, I get it. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so
It's like the meme on Facebook where it's like the female football referee and she throws the flag. Like, what's the flag for? Oh, I'm fine.
I'm fine. Literally asked my wife that the other day. I went up there. I'm like, I know something's wrong, and she's like, "No, we're good." I'm like, all right, I'm communicating. I'm doing my part. Just tell me what's wrong. Well, I'm like, fuck. Did I really want to know?
This isn't a therapy session.
Anyway, so CCCCCP.
Yes.
All right.
No,
CCCP. No. All right, so you're gonna do. You're working for it as long as everything heals up in your crotch region.
It's definitely gonna happen. It's just a matter of when.
It's in the same
outside the area.
The sooner the better. But school's a priority to me. So
not in our army.
Long haul though. Are you planning on doing this for a career, or is this like a timey? Like, you don't know yet.
I really don't know. It changes.
Day to day. That's the military, right?
Yeah, but I really do put school first.
That's good.
I want to be a therapist. I do want to work with the military population. I want to work with sexual assault and domestic violence survivors. And there's a lot of work I can do, I think, outside of uniform that would be a lot more beneficial. And I think the longer I wear the uniform, the harder it's going to be for me to actually reach a lot of my civilian goals.
Okay, yeah,
So
that makes sense. Especially being an officer. I mean, there's
Especially
it
during
takes
peacetime.
up a lot of time, and I love what I do. Don't get me wrong, but it's just so hard to balance it with all the other things that I want to do.
I completely
And-
Like drugs.
Yeah.
No.
Not attend a change of command ceremony.
No, like I know, like some of us in here, obviously. By the way, Jonesy's full timer now, starting next month, which is awesome.
Oh,
He's
congrats.
congrats, baby. He's a full time Army guy. He's actually active
Nice.
Army here next month. Pretty cool. But no, we get it. Like guys like me, PD, and Ski back there, like we have lives, and it
Selling
it's
oranges on the fucking road.
hard. Yeah, that's Ski
Yeah.
there. Yeah, we get that.
Nah.
All right, so
And-
me and PD, who have real jobs, and no, it gets hard.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
want to do a lot of different things with my therapy, and thinking long term of getting married and having kids. I don't know if I want that to be a part of it. I think it's going to be a really hard decision to walk away from it, but I think it's just one of those things when to hang up the uniform.
I'll be honest, it was actually really easy.
I just feel like I've been doing it for so long, and it's just been my whole adult life that just going to school and focusing on therapy and doing stuff like that, is going to be a big transition for me. But wanting to still work with that population, I think will be helpful for me, because I can kind of give back with, the things I've learned and help communicate with some veterans, because, having that connection, they'll want to talk more about mental health. And, I just feel like I will be able to do more and help more people, I think, outside of uniform once I get my degrees. So
You've worked with a bunch of organizations, like
Yeah, a
in school and out and all
lot.
that.
A
So,
lot.
like, who have you worked with? Like, who have you helped out? Because I know you put a list, and I can't even.
yikes.
If you got something off the top of your head.
I've been all over the place. So the first thing that comes to mind, there's an organization called Operation Horses and Heroes. So I did an internship with them, and they do equine therapy, non-riding.
Whores and heroes?
Horses.
Horses, yeah.
Yours
Oh
is the
my God.
Marine program, all right?
Horses in here. That sounds pretty good for us.
Fuck, man, that's a
Holy
great organization.
Marine Corps.
So that was
pull up what
really
you can, by the way. Go on.
So that was really cool to be able to, learn about mental health and work with some people. And to be on the board, you actually have to go through the program yourself. So you work with a therapist, and you have like a group, and you guys talk about some pretty, deep stuff. And when you graduate, then you can be on the board. And I helped with their social media, and it was really awesome. I gained a lot of experience in different areas with that.
That's pretty awesome.
So, and then I did I had to do some hours at the Rockford Vet Center. So I did some admin work and some stuff with them while I was there.
PD, didn't we have an NCOIC that was his wife was part of that too?
Yes.
I believe
This
so.
was a while ago. So
I don't know if it's the
they had
exact
a
same
I
program.
swear to God, it's the same one.
But it was
though.
a
It's not
right.
from
It was a
We
writing
actually did like
program.
a family day out
writing
there.
one that might have been Braveheart, maybe.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
All right.
Braveheart.
So you
yeah.
guys know.
Oh, do you
then,
really get to charge the English?
Yar.
Yeah, ours was
Harvard,
non-writing.
Illinois,
so-
was
okay.
up there, I think.
All right, what else though? You had some other ones. You had like a whole list. One more if you could name me. You had like a
Military
shitload.
wise
Yeah.
or just overall?
Or VA, like VA military wise. Yeah, like well, overall, I know. Military wise though, it's a military show, so
True.
work with me.
Okay. I mean,
She's lost.
I was in like the Veterans Association for a short period of time when
Okay.
I first got to NIU because, I felt kind of left out being part-time and being like, who do I make friends with? And I'd see all the ROTC cadets walk around. I'm like, oh, I want to be friends with them. And so I joined that just to kind of get kind of acquainted to campus and kind of learn people. But there's kind of this weird division between, the veterans who aren't in and then like any active, people serving in RTC in the organization. But I did some bake sales and, helped out with some fundraisers and did some, fun events on campus with that. So I've been kind of all over the place with my experience of just kind of trying to, get involved with the military and,
That's
really
pretty
help.
awesome. That's
and-
great. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And you,
Slinging some of that Afghan Kush.
That's military related, right?
Right.
so you're obviously furthering your education right now,
Yes.
getting a master's in that long ass.
No, my master's is just marriage and family therapy. That was just the undergrad. So
That's in short. I like
yeah,
that.
marriage and family therapy.
Yeah, they narrow it down as you go up
Right.
in educational fields.
You get more letters, less words.
So how? And again, we've had this conversation before, kind of like when we were glamping and all that stuff too,
Yes.
right? Which is kind of
That was
like,
fun.
how do you, approach trying to counsel and help folks when you might not have necessarily been in those similar situations? Like, I get theory and all that other stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it isn't really till, at least from my experience, right, or my viewpoint, that until you kind of live that dynamic, that
Mm-hmm.
you can help others work through their dynamic.
I'm gonna let her talk, and then I have my points on that as well.
And then that's
Okay.
true. Are you like looking forward to like a deployment if it comes up, or will you take?
That's
the
a whole
opportunity?
different fucking.
But I'm saying like
question.
that's gonna help in the process.
I'm
'cause
not
some
gonna
guys
go
open
out
up
of my
more.
way for one. At least not until school's done.
Well, there aren't that many now.
You don't get to ask questions. Ski. Shut
Whatever.
up, Ski.
Yeah.
I think
Whatever.
once I actually at least have my master's, because I still have to work for 2 years after my master's to be fully licensed.
Right.
So it doesn't just end there.
Mm-hmm.
So then I have to work and, so it really just depends. Like I said, I'm not going to go out of my way for it, but, if it happens, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
At least not right now. So it will kind of just depend. I have about 5 years left on this contract, so there's still time, but
Me too.
We'll see. But what you were saying, it's tricky, but I think the biggest thing to remember is, as a therapist, what we do is we build rapport with our clients. Like, we just want to get to, have a good relationship with them so we can be empathetic and support them. You can be empathetic and help someone through something even if you haven't gone through it.
It's true. That's what I was saying. This is my point of view. Is like
Mm-hmm.
being outside perspective of something. Like, you're still the median of whatever
Right.
conflict. A marriage is a marriage, but you always have that person that's not in there, and then you have your point of view, and like maybe stop being retarded. like you guys stop
Well,
doing that.
I
We tell you
mean-
that
Stop
all
doing
the
that.
time.
Like, maybe not say
That's-
those words, but like literally like maybe step back and here's my point of view in it. Like, no, I understand that. Like, you don't have to be married to counsel.
Right. Like, I
People.
do help a lot of couples, and I help a lot of marriages, and I help, with parenting stuff. And, I'm single, not married, never been married, and I don't have kids. So
Lucky. All across the board.
I mean, obviously by default, we do a lot of education. I read a lot of research articles, just knowing the research, knowing, experiences from other people in my life, gathering and kind of putting my experiences, in where they fit in. I really do think like therapy gods are a thing, because all my clients, I just feel like I've related to them in some way. Like, I've gone through similar experiences, or I just know the right things to say. And I really think there is something about just how things fall out sometimes. Obviously, it's not always a good match right away, but I think just having the barrier of, being broken down, of just knowing that I understand who they are as a person, because a lot of veterans don't talk because they don't feel understood. They feel like no one can relate to them. They're like, you don't get the jokes. You don't get this. Like, I may not
That's why we
have
have this show.
right. Like, I
Literally
may
how
have
it came
not.
about.
Yeah.
I may have not had like the deployment experience, or I may not have been able to do a lot of these things, but I understand the concept of how the Army works and how people are. And I think that's the most important thing, especially as a leader, to know your people and just to listen and be there for them.
Well, the green weenie gets everybody. So.
You know what? You know
Right.
what? Bad movie choice, but as a person, pat on the back there. That's nice.
Yeah, but it's also
you're
about
pretty good.
listening to people, because like I feel there's just such a disconnect with the military and mental health. Like they push PTSD, they push, medication when they don't need to. More people suffer from PTSD from sexual assault than they do actual combat, but no one wants to talk about that. And I think it's just understanding the actual facts of like, what is it that these soldiers are going through? What is it that's making them, suicidal? What is it
And
about
Marines.
their leadership and, the lack of resources, or just the stigma that they feel they can't get that help that kind of pushes them over the edge. So just being that person to just let them talk without any repercussions just lets them kind of process things. And the more you process, the more you can actually, think about what has happened and start to, make some of those changes and like function better.
So
Sam's about to cry.
no, here. But
You
here.
just opened. Oh wait, so everything remains
Right.
All from the heart.
Well, here's the thing, right? I mean, we joke about it or whatever else, right? But we all take Sharp here very seriously. In fact, we got our To
Yeah.
Catch a Service Member segment and all that, especially focusing
been
on all
active
the
lately, thank God.
kitty diddling and just all sorts of sexual crimes that's pervasive in our ranks, right? So if you were a 4-star for a day, how do you solve the Sharp issue?
Ooh, that's
a
a big
heavy,
question.
Give us a big one. I mean, because it's always great to see from a female perspective too, right?
Massive
Well,
prosecution.
one I want to say I'm a survivor. So, and I think understanding the legal process kind of gives me a little better understanding of kind of how things unfold. But unfortunately, mine was kind of in the midst of COVID. I'm reserved, so they don't unfortunately take things as seriously. I feel like maybe on the active duty side, it was complicated. He was in ROTC, but he also was in my battalion in a different company. It was a lot of different things kind of going on with that, but kind of writing it out and kind of seeing the process, and then also going to the civilian side. And then he admitted it, and the court said, well, that's not enough. And I was like, I have it documented, and he
You have
admitted
an
it.
admission of guilt.
Yeah, and civilian court did nothing about it. So
That's all right. We have a court here at Semper Hooah.
Guilty. Guilty. We'll kill him right now. Pick the gun you want and the round, the chamber. You know it.
yeah,
Silence,
so
unsilence.
I think the biggest thing would just helping victims not feel the wrath of being victim blamed, and having them feel heard, and getting their stories out there and getting them the help that they need, because everyone is so quick to be like, oh well, let's like switch her units, or let's switch her into a different platoon, and let's do this, like and obviously a lot of guys experience this as well, but I'm just kind of speaking in those terms from my experience, but I think it's just unfortunate that they don't really look always at the root of the problem. And I think it was just, they just don't understand it. They don't know what to do with it. No one really wanted to talk about it because they were afraid of losing their job. They were afraid of being transferred to a different unit. They were afraid of being made fun of, being called a slut, being made whatever it may be. And it makes processing what happened to them 10 times harder, and that's why a lot of women don't report it.
So that's the coping and recovering end of it. How do we prevent it from happening to begin with?
Well,
impossible.
The main good solution, I would think, in general, would be not the whole moving units. That doesn't solve the problem.
No, that's that part. But
no, but I mean, like, if it happened inside, your unit with 2 people from the unit, right? Moving one of them to a different unit does not solve the problem, because there is still a
they still like when there's
and and a piece of shit that will probably do it again.
But you'll never stop these people from doing stuff. There's always people that are going to do this. There's no way to eliminate them. They're always there. And the problem is just catching them and then.
Because a lot of times we talk
and
about
the
something
sad
like
thing
removing the
is-
cohabitation restrictions.
You can't stop murder. You can't stop rape. You can't stop it's gonna happen no matter what. It's just all about catching them. Maybe seeing what the signs are ahead of time, or grabbing some before they can, or even after, which is usually what happens.
Well, it's hard because the military is a tricky area, because there is a lot of we joke, we can take
Paperwork?
a joke, but like, what's the line between are you actually joking or are you not?
Or yeah.
And so it's really hard to kind of assess and change some of that without changing the complete climate of the military, because that's just not possible.
Right.
I think it's just being aware of your surroundings, actually like having people with you when you go out, be careful of who you trust, be careful of who you go home with. But also, most people who, get assaulted are from people who they trust and are from people like boyfriends, husbands,
Some,
family.
Pete. I get it all the time. I know.
Wow.
It's like all the time between the two.
You
I
are
know.
a fucking dick.
Yeah,
Is
so
it calling
it's-
you out on your crimes?
and
you
then
guys
it makes
committing
it
on me?
hard because, like from my experience, all my cohort members in RTC, minus a couple of them, didn't believe me. They took his side. They got mad at me. They're like, it was just like this whole thing. I lost a lot of friends. I shut down. I got super depressed. And it was really hard when, they kind of dismiss like your experience because they don't want to believe it, because they're like, oh, he would never or she would never. That just you just want attention, or you're just
they said that about Ted Bundy too.
Yeah.
right. But I literally got the you're mad that you guys didn't work out, so you're trying to ruin his career. And I said
it's like, no, yeah.
He literally manipulated me. And I tried to be friends and civil with him for our last year of ROTC, and it just didn't go well. I was naive. I'm just a good person. I was like, yeah, we'll be friends. It'll make my year easier, cool, whatever. You were an asshole. We just didn't work out, whatever.
It's rough.
But, it's just kind of just being aware of people's true intentions. And like, I was a big people pleaser. I struggled with boundaries. I don't know how to say no to people. I don't know how to just,
Not necessarily bad traits.
Okay, hold on.
but
Just kidding. Come on.
But I
I can
think-
slide it in. I thought it was a good opportunity. So, all right.
But I
do a
think-
quagmire there
And
for a
you had
second.
to slide it in too.
Yeah, I had to.
Phrasing.
Phrasing. It's a joke. Settle down.
But I think just being more
Handcuffs.
comfortable, like with yourself and learning to trust yourself and trust other people is really what you can do. But it's hard because sometimes, people are manipulative and you don't know. And you,
Right.
Yeah.
So there's no good
Once
way
again, Sam and
necessarily to, prevent it other than, talking about it. Talking about experiences, like making it normal, because that's starting to become a thing. But it's almost like the army or the military in general kind of covers it under the rug because they don't want that image of like this stuff is actually happening.
Right.
So
and
it's
especially
getting
with this
better.
new generation of soldiers coming in, man. They talk about
Yeah.
fucking everything. Like,
It's getting better.
Yeah.
I've been in 20 years. It's
It
getting better.
It has. It
It
definitely
is.
has.
From when I joined, me and this guy, when we joined the military 20 years ago.
it was shut up in color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really was.
Yeah.
Shut the
That's
fuck
exactly
up.
what it was.
You just did whatever.
Yeah, you don't rock the boat.
And
Although
somewhere around 10 years ago, all of a sudden, like this.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't
flip
have
got
as,
switched.
I
And I was
didn't
like,
have as big of an issue
It was
with
weird.
when I was in with any of this stuff really happening in my battalion, because we were not a very fully integrated battalion.
Right.
And my platoon especially, my platoon is made up of all combat jobs that women weren't allowed in.
But we also want to make that space for, like I said, for men. Like
You guys keep
that's
going.
been
I
a
have to be really
thing.
quick.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that's been a thing that's been happening for a while, but like most men in the military don't report it.
oh, they
and they
will,
don't
they
talk
won't
about
talk about it because they feel like emasculated. They won't.
Yeah,
you
so it's
know.
underreported, and we can't help people if they're not reporting it. And it's hard. Oh, what was
Pass all
that?
stone.
He must have stopped by the jack station on the way there.
What the fuck was that?
Should we
Probably
call for
kidney stone
help?
passing.
Yeah, that's,
Does he have kidney stones?
now
No.
Have you seen how much he drinks?
Doesn't mean he's
my
got
Yeah,
boss,
helps write it down, though. That
does
helps.
not drink. It has been sober for 15 years, and that man passes kidney stones like it's going out of style, man.
I think he's been holding it for a while.
They had to go in and open his kidneys up and scrape them all out.
Nice. No, but that's all great stuff. I mean, that's it's important for us at all echelons within the ranks to be able to talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
Bring attention. Let's bring as much prevention
Awareness,
and
yeah.
awareness as possible. So, I mean, we definitely thank you for bringing that to the forefront.
Yeah.
But then the next question is going to go into
Yeah.
hobbies and free time. What the?
Hey, let's call it down.
Yeah, we're
All
good.
right, after we got, let's get
Because we
past
got
all.
serious for a while.
We were pretty serious there. It's good stuff to
Yeah.
talk about. Thank you
Yeah.
for actually doing that. We're not trying to.
No,
shook it on
I
the bus
love
afterwards.
talking about it. It's what I'm devoting my career to.
Obviously,
so,
like you were Very passionate about it.
Yeah.
It's great. Fantastic, though.
Yeah, thank you.
We're done with that now.
All right, moving on.
On a softer
More
side.
about me.
Yeah, softer side about you.
Shut up in color. All right.
Shut up and go. Can't call them privates anymore. It's they, them.
Yeah, it was very deep, and we're all crying on the inside right now. But we want something a little more fun and up right now.
You can't call them privates. 'Cause
Okay,
some
I'll give
people
you a
don't have them.
referral. I have lots of therapists on hand, so
Can you be mine?
conflict of
All right.
interest.
All right, so hobbies and free time. All right, so you've got actually a pretty good following on TikTok here, right? Like 60,000 plus people.
Almost 62K, I think.
And that
How are you
was-
getting away with it?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That reserve LT.
Doesn't the military prohibit the use of TikToks?
There's a very gray area.
Right. That's what I wanted
So-
you to talk about.
It's called the Chinese Communist Party.
Right.
Let's first get this. How'd you get into this, first of all? Let's start there.
Ooh, how did I get into it? Honestly, the Miltalk life chose me.
The Mill Talk. I love it. Look at Sam. Sam's like, your fucking generation kills me. I'm fucking dying on the inside. Fuck. Look, he gets so
Social
annoyed.
media is not a fucking job.
Well,
Oh.
what the fuck do you think this is? This is kind of
Different.
gets in there.
Well, it depends on how much you make.
I am
Yeah.
not
So-
going to a restaurant going, I'm an influencer. I need free food.
Well, no. We're not in
well,
it for
there's people that do it,
but-
and
I
then-
know.
and they get it.
Right.
I
That's-
know.
That's not
because-
really influencing. That's more just manipulation.
Psyop. Awesome.
That's the silence.
Psyop.
See, I'm not the only
Fucker.
Fuck off. All right,
I'm a
so
military
So no, but
influencer.
on a-
I need some new boots.
But no, on a real note,
Yeah.
I didn't really understand what TikTok was. I thought it was silly. My friend was
No.
posting it. He was actually deployed at the time, and he was talking about. He wasn't in what we have Mill Talk, because there's a whole chain of command that we had in Mill Talk, and it's changed over time. But I just started posting random videos, voiceovers, breakup. I was going through a breakup at the time, sappy breakup stuff, whatever the heck.
Oh, Taylor Swift.
And I'm very vulnerable. I put a lot of my life out there, maybe a little too much, but it resonates with a lot of people, and I've helped a lot of people who've gone through similar situations.
That's
so
good.
it gave me validation
good,
to
yes.
keep
So
doing
no,
that.
take a knee,
because-
drink water, and fucking dry the fuck on after you change your socks.
and go to therapy, but
Oh.
But no, I just started seeing some military stuff pop up on my page. There's, some big creators, Dirty Bird Fitness, Sergeant Knucklehead, Infantry Guru, and I'm friends with all of them. And we just started making funny videos, and I had just commissioned at the time a fresh butter bar, and I was like, this is cool. What is this, what do we do? And they're just putting out military humor, educational stuff, and I was like, okay, how can I get involved in this?
The
And they're-
one funny one is that bald-headed chief, and he's doing his whole op order one. It's like, Samantha, why is this in Calibri? We've talked about Calibri.
Yes.
Calibri.
Yes. The Warrant Talk is awesome. But so just being able to kind of jump in with that, I kind of just started, making LT jokes, because that's really, what I had
there's
to
so
offer.
many.
I was like, oh, I'm an LT. I'm always lost. That's funny.
It's good though. I actually enjoy. You've got a lot of good.
Yeah, and I think there's something to be said about being able to, have that humor. Like you talk about, just the sense of humor
Make
that
fun
the
of yourself a little
military
bit.
has. Yeah, but also bring it back.
S1,
and
tip of the
be-
spear.
Well, no, it's nice too, because you have that enlisted side of it. So you get joking about
Exactly.
the officer side
And
of
then
it, and you become
using-
one.
right.
You become one. You're like, yeah.
You want to use that to break the ice, to then talk about more serious things,
Yeah.
like actual tactics, or sharp, or different things like that. But
Hashtag talk to your LT.
Yeah.
But just kind of making something fun. And it used to be really fun. We used to have group chats, and we used to randomly put videos and put videos together on the spot, and then there's just so much drama. It's become very segregated, a lot of really cliquey, and it's just not what it used to be. So I actually was very public, and I dated someone that I met on TikTok, and it just kind of fell out, and it was a huge roar with the breakup
Your
and
generation
everything.
just
And
blows my mind. by the way.
yeah, that was
It's
an
so-
interesting time.
It's so interesting to me.
Put all the dirty laundry out for everyone to see.
I
Yeah.
mean,
No, hey, but-
it's there, but people know who've been following me for a while. They know my story. Some people, you know, that's the thing though. You never know what people are going to take and twist. I've had a lot of negative, you know, people try to say that I've said one thing when I didn't. They twist what you say because
you're on
they
Twitter
don't like
too.
you. I'm not on. I have a I have a professional Twitter. I don't have a regular Twitter. So,
yeah, all right. So that's how it's going. Are you monetized at all on that?
you can be. So you get like stuff, and if you like make videos, and it's kind of like contests, really. But you get. I'm in the creator fund, so you do get paid like 10 cents per 1,000 views or something like that. It's not much.
Still, you get some change. You know,
here
some
and
shekels.
there, but it's
some
not.
shekels.
It's not
Some
a
ramen
priority.
noodles.
Yeah, whatever. All right. Kind of like we are. You know. We get some shekels besides their sponsorship stuff, but I get it. All right. So, what else do you do in your free time, by the way, besides this TikTok stuff?
Social media is my life.
That's your life. That's your life.
I love social media. I started
one.
off on Instagram, so making videos was like a really big curve for me, actually. But I love just taking photos, editing them, posting about stuff. But I've just been so immersed in school that I just recently haven't had a lot of free time. So
Working that masters, yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, what's the next evolution when it comes to social media for you?
For me,
a lot of people
I
have been
have
jumping
so
into, like,
much in the
OnlyFans and
queue.
stuff, right?
I just can't focus on it right now. Like I want to do, you know, making more content for one. I have a second page for mental health and therapy stuff. I started a business to become a life coach because I had people reaching out to me wanting me to be their therapist. And I'm like, it doesn't work like that. But I could be a life coach and I could do this. And I actually have a couple clients that I've met from TikTok that I meet with. So I, started that as a business and want to expand that and take in more clients and kind of make that as, more of a side hustle. I would eventually like to kind of take everything and put it on multiple platforms, have all my videos on, Instagram as well as YouTube. And eventually, I have, podcast ideas. I just don't have the time to dedicate to doing all of that right now.
I can help you out podcast.
So
I'm pretty decent at producing them.
So there's all these ideas and stuff, but it's at that point where I need like a manager or I need, a team to do stuff because I don't have the time.
What you need is to get drunk one night with this guy, and then the next day you wake up, there are microphones on the way.
It's exactly how this show started.
Yeah.
We should start a show.
Spent $30,000 last night.
Yeah.
Literally how this show started. Like, well, I just spent like all my money. Let's do it.
No, we talked about it, and then I'm like, he's not serious. He's not serious. And the next morning, I bought all these microphones, the same ones Joe Rogan has.
That's exactly how that happened.
He's getting ready to start his OnlyFans too.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to talk about though, it's hard though because going into like the therapy field and just the military, kind of like what we were talking about before, there's very gray areas of like what you should and shouldn't be posting. And so it's hard for me to kind of brand myself right now, and do different things because it's kind of like you got to pick one thing and stick to it. I have that Reserve LT and then I have my hashtag Jamie's Journey. And that's where I talk about mental health, my experiences, things I've gone through. I kind of talk about both sometimes about military experiences, but you kind of have to separate that. But, when you start having people find you, it's hard because you need to use that to monetize like your business and like get clients and do that. But also I can't have that dual relationship if I'm your actual therapist on social media.
Right. That's
so
a
being
little weird.
careful of like what I put out there, like it has to be one-sided. Unless I know their username, I can't block them. So being able to be careful about what I'm putting out there from here on out, I have to kind of just
damn HIPAA.
watch that.
Damn hippos.
And, but I want to put out a lot of positive things. Everything I talk about is just my life and what I've gone through because I want to help people. I want to share my story. I want to, help them go through what they've gone through. But sometimes, that line with therapy is like, you don't know what your therapist goes through. So if I have a client and they watch me, it's kind of like, ooh, gray area. So it's just about being very careful of what you post, how you interact, document everything, be very careful about those dual relationships because it's almost unavoidable at this point with society. Like it doesn't just go away and like everyone's recognizing that. It's just a matter of how you go about it and you're being ethical and you're doing everything because if you do go to the court for some reason, as long as you can have everything backed up and you did everything right, so
you
just
could
kind
still
of
be wrong.
Right. So, but just kind of just watching that because I've seen people lose their license just because people didn't like that they felt attacked, and there's this whole movement right now with like abuse and narcissistic, people and like women are standing up and like, we're tired of this bullshit. Like we don't want to deal with this anymore. And I'm just seeing a lot of people come together and, I think that's amazing. But like I said, you just have to be very careful of where you go. So I'm kind of just thinking, how far am I going to stay in the military? I don't want to brand that reserve LT for 5 years and then drop it. Can I keep that going? But
That reserve captain, maybe.
well, yeah,
Maybe.
if I promote, but I'm saying when I get out.
Yeah.
So then that's why I kind of have the Jamie's journey stuff. So there's just kind of a lot of brainstorming going on right now, and
like, there's a lot. You're
I would
planning
like
it, you're
to.
thinking, yeah, you want it.
Yeah.
It's fun that you got a lot of videos out.
yeah,
a lot.
I post a lot.
Pull her shit up for a little bit.
I don't. Oh God.
Pull,
Oh
like,
no.
just a page. Like you don't have to do like the show stuff. Just like do like there's like videos galore.
My TikTok.
That reserve LT on the TikToks.
I've just been doing like, oh gosh, there's pictures of me.
Oh fuck yeah!
There's pictures of me on Google.
Oh, trust me,
That's
we
weird.
I googled the shit out of you this before we did
Oh
this shit.
God.
Oh yeah, like blow it up full screener.
Whoa.
Like she's got like, dude, look at this. You got like videos galore.
Yeah, a lot of
Scroll-
it's just
scroll,
been
baby,
daily
scroll.
blog life stuff recently. I haven't gone out of my way to put on the uniform to make videos.
A few of those. You got
Well,
a
some of those
lot,
were
though.
like drill and stuff, but
Yeah, I know. Like
you know, it's a lot of just me and
a lot
my
of OPSEC
life
shit.
and
That's cool.
very
whatever.
just me living, being me. That reserve LT talking about school, mental health.
This is why you
all
have
the
no
things.
time to study.
Yeah. Look at all these videos. You got a
Well,
lot
the
up
more
there.
the more you do them, like the easier it becomes. Like this goes
You
way
pile
back
up.
to when I first started. You can
Yeah,
tell
but
by
these
the
are-
quality.
they're all-
Oh God.
They're all pretty short though, right?
Some of them.
Yeah.
Depends. Yeah.
I don't know. They go long. I don't know.
I like doing the transition ones. Like those are really fun.
That's good stuff.
So
What is that?
What, yeah.
like when you're wearing like bummy clothes and then like
Oh,
you do something different, then you're
You're in
like all
bikini.
dressed up or
And all of a
you
sudden
know
you're like just covering up your
no
nipples.
thirst traps here.
Oh.
So
Pull up the sharp again.
Sharp poster.
Why can't we ever get a slutty LT up here? God damn it. All the LTs are always boring. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Goes with the territory.
Yeah, lieutenants.
Well,
No,
people
look.
people are mean on the internet though.
No,
it's like
I know.
you gotta be
They'll destroy
careful,
ya.
especially
They-
being in a
they'll destroy.
leadership position.
Oh, dude, even us,
and-
like we put up TikTok stuff very randomly. With just a
Yeah.
few episodes, and then I get like, my dad's in the reserves. Why are you making fun of him? Like, cause we're in the fucking reserves. you
yeah,
piece of shit.
them vet bros.
Like no, like we get people all the time. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you're making fun
disrespecting
protecting
the
the military.
military.
Yep.
We're in the military, so we're allowed to do that. That's how that works.
Right.
I was in for 5 years.
Yeah.
During the shit of it, I'm allowed to say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Would you like to donate $1 for the troops? Fuck the troops.
It's like being a white guy saying, call me cracker all day, baby.
And that
You
goes back to
can.
joking and then trying to build that connection
Right.
and then also trying to
Well,
be serious. Like
there's morons,
it's
though,
a balance.
too. That's
Yeah.
the bar.
Right,
There's
right.
idiots everywhere.
Those people
Mm-hmm.
who don't read the fine line, don't read the whole
Why
article.
do you have so many goddamn sharp posters up right now? Like I have
Because
not
you're
even,
talking.
I wonder
I
why.
literally
That's all
have.
he
Single
was
word
searching
you
for
I have
the
not
entire
done
show.
a sharp thing at all. Usually with female guests, look at me. I'm backed up like there's like a 3-foot gap. I'm not even touching like I normally do for our male guests.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know we're
Calm
lying
down.
today.
I think
Sons of bitches.
Anyway, I hate to be that guy.
Yeah, but we gotta wrap it up anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for coming on. By the
of
way,
course. Thanks for having me.
Jaime. That was very nice.
No, don't say that.
You like that?
No.
Lieutenant Hunter. Oh my god.
So are we
Yeah.
expecting a
That's
TikTok
weird. Don't do
cross
that.
promotion again?
Yeah, I started filming one already, so I gotta get some
like-
shots of the studio in
Yeah,
here and
yeah.
kind of finish it up.
Totally.
But I started recording
Behind the
when you
scenes
guys
shit.
were on your smoke break. So
Cool.
yeah.
Oh, you came down like.
No, not down here. I started
okay.
up there. I gotta
You
finish
just
down
walked
here.
through my house. You're like, check this shit out.
Yeah,
Here's
no.
the safe.
Make sure you geotag.
Like, my wife's in the shitter. Like, who the fuck is this bitch?
Right.
Jesus. I'll tell you, she's wandering.
Don't
She's
mind
lost.
me as I come out the
She's-
bathroom.
No,
Is how
no.
I met her.
She's
Just,
lost.
oh hi.
Hi. Who the fuck are you?
The toilet sensor. Did you film that?
Yeah.
Not working.
Check it out.
I should.
I know.
That
It's pretty
was pretty
racist,
cool.
though. It is racist. Like, if you're white, it works. If you're any dark, ask, who was the last one we had on?
And then,
Not Auntie. Oh, Cam T.
yeah, I can't see.
Yeah. OT. Oops. Fuck that up. All right, anyway. All right. Hey, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thanks
Appreciate
for having me. It's been
learned
fun.
a lot. It's been great. Let's do some
Yeah.
pluggies here to finish us off here.
Okay.
Please like, follow, subscribe, share. Remind yourselves we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, all podcast platforms, and watch us on YouTube or at semper.com. If you're listening to this part of the show, you're a fucking real listener. That's great.
We love you.
Yeah, we do. Dad, mom. Your dad, mom. My parents don't listen. They hate me. All right. You can follow us on Facebook at Semper Hooah Podcast and on IG at Semper Hooah. Check out the merch at semperhooah.com/shop. You can support the show at semperhooah.com with a monthly subscription of your choosing. Just hit us that support us button thing I don't know. It's on the website.
Yeah, it's
50% of merch profits go to Tango 3 PD.
Tango 3. With your help, they'll provide support to vetted organizational projects that help with veteran mental health issues and veteran suicide prevention through the sale of Duff Creek Kakashi Wagyu beef jerky.
Send the hate mail to contact@semperhooah.com.
Mm-hmm.
Remarks complete.
That's all we got.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on. Thanks, guys,
Of
for being here.
course. Thanks for having me.
We'll see you guys next episode.